Mantis stuff not really been, except I guess in the first series, as sort of poignant.
Are we back, guys?
Yeah, until now, and then Liquid Citadel, they hear you, and they're like, actually, yeah, we'll get rid of Mantis. Last time we saw them on Convoy Midtown against SSG, they protected Elsa, they protected Ultron as well, so I wonder if they're going to go for something similar here, or whether maybe TSM will notice that and get rid of the Ultron. We have seen teams try and target the Ultron away from TLC just because of how good they can be with it, evident in that first match, how successful it was for them. But we are going to see the Mantis flipped out on the other side as well.
Yo, chat, we're back. Chat, we're
It's
back.
going to be the same mirrored on the other side. So now there's the Ultron Protect, as we would have thought. So Liquid Citadel, I think they're going to be pretty happy with this.
We're back, chat.
So
we're back.
Of what they wanted in their composition here. Maybe we see the Captain America ban, which I guess after watching the last map, I'm not really surprised.
Ooh.
Yeah, they wanted that mismatch.
We're back.
Liquid side where they went for the ban on it last time after the protect. But this is tough because it's, as you mentioned, if you go for that mirror, what does TSM do? Especially if like both hit scan players are.
Sorry, guys. I got sucked into the Code Lyoko universe.
Whatever they want, right? The fact that we don't have Daredevil ban is kind of interesting so far, but also like, for TSM, I just wonder what they're going to do if they do get lost. They go for the cap protect this time around. What is the change up for TSM going to
Apologies. Finally. Oh, wait, we're back? We're back? We're back, guys. We're back.
But you got to know what to do with it. You have to make plays still, right?
I heard TSM just stomped them, by the way. They just destroyed them. Sounds about right. Or not TSM, sorry. Team Liquid Citadel destroyed TSM. My bad. Wrong one.
Removed that from Liquid Citadel, and it still didn't work out.
Guys, we got a panini.
TSM, it almost feels like they've done
Leftover
that.
panini.
Kind of
We're
just,
eating.
Copied what someone else did and hope that it's going to work here. A little bit concerning, I will say, because Liquid Citadel have already proved that they can make it work without Captain America. But for TSM, I guess you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because previously they let Captain America up and Polly went off with it.
Polly went crazy.
Absolutely. It's definitely an uphill battle for TSM, but they have a roster that has made some adjustments in the past. They've able to be a top team for
sorry
TSM,
guys, sorry.
Do well in MRC under Solaris.
I apologize.
Can they actually win on this map? We'll have to see in a second, as this is their map pick, right? Against Team Liquid Citadel, like you said, this is a top dog in the region, if not top dog in the entire world. So we'll kind of have to see if TSM have a real answer, as they're the ones starting on attack this time, Gasklin. As Liquid Citadel start off on defense with that traditional triple Vanguard, triple Stratus composition. Or sorry, not triple Stratus, or triple Vanguard, having Energy be the solo duelist along the triple Stratus backline.
And that's what seems to be just one of the meta compositions at the moment.
I don't know if I love this, just giving Elsa over to both teams and seeing which team is the better Elsa team. Because I think Energy and Team Liquid Citadel are the better Elsa team. They've shown it.
Almost, it feels like if you get caught out and you get picked first, you might find yourself struggling a little bit, and we did see initial targeting from TSM to try and find it, but Energy was able to get that first. Gilbert goes down, and with now no cap to work with, TSM just have to fall back here because they have very little coverage to try and create that space.
Yeah, good read by the squad. Also, that's why we see teams prioritize Invisible. And by the way, Cart not moving. Polly's like, guys, the payload, the other team's not really looking at it at the current moment, so he's able to just play below, play slow. Gilbert being a target of focus. Everybody kind of comes back to peel for him. Speed holding that top left angle.
A lot more Ultron today, guys. A lot more Ultron today.
That Cart have to set up the surround yet again, but it's red. Speed with the right click. Same thing with that Invis, or rather the white box coming over to peel. Pauly, same thing. Here comes that Ultron to the sky with the Ultron's rage, but will he find any KOs? It looks like the answer is no for now. Counter push now going to come through from Liquid Citadel's side. BTS actually comes down to the low ground and get trapped somehow on Ultron on a flyer. That's interesting. Regardless, Energy, full instinct, takes down Cal, follows up onto Pizza Demon, and they're back to spawn once again.
Energy!
Back into their spawn once more, and now you just have to back off of your energy. You don't want to be exposed too much, and that is perfect play. Gale does have Apex Predator available if they want to try and use that as a way to break out here, but on the flip side, you can see Liquid Citadel, 3 ults available. Rage of Ultron is going to be there for speed as well. We saw it on the other side for Bedtime Story. Didn't really work out for them, and now here will come that Apex Predator on the side of Liquid Citadel.
There's Glartrox. Oh my lord.
And it's an easy cleanup.
No, I mean this, like, why are we giving Elsa?
You can see
Why do we say, hey, let's just Elsa 1v1? Doesn't matter. Energy's so good at it. Just ban Elsa. Dude, I don't know. We don't want to ban Elsa. Both teams are like, hey, let's just go. Let's handshake Elsa, and who's the better Elsa team? You fucking lost it already once.
Liquid Citadel at this point. You can see Dance Floor now comes out for TSM to try and give them a little bit of pressure onto this convoy to try and push it even just a couple of meters, because at the moment haven't been able to move it barely at all.
Yeah, this we're talking about, like, they're being a little bit reactive on the side of TSM. Gale's Glortrox, unfortunately.
I would be fine with Elsa if she weren't dashing 10 million times. Yeah, good luck, bro.
Just to sustain, but he can't really do much at this point. Freedom Charge
can't do much.
Forces out Nero's defensive ultimate. Ultron's Rage still available for the side of BTS, but Pauly's been holding this whole time with the Meteor M. Don't even need it for now, by the way. Now he uses it.
Pauly!
Goodbye. Thanks for feeding me that Meteor M. Say goodbye to your backline. Pizza Demon is gone. And 50 seconds left to go. TSM,
what a name, Pizza Demon.
Nothing here. It's just been absolutely one-sided.
Yeah, and there's little to suggest they're going to have anything to actually break out of this kind of spawn trap that's been set up by Liquid Citadel at the moment. Guru is going to have Meteor M available. Maybe that could be the breaking point. If you can maybe knock one of those strategists off, you might be able to just get a little bit of presence onto this convoy. As I say that, pressure on the side of the flip side for Pauly does go down as well, but there will be the counter from the other side as Gilbert falls.
Well, Cal's aggressive on the right side, gets caught out again. And with that, I mean, you lost your White Fox player. Gale has Glortrox. He'd have to go big, but so does Energy yet again. Height, aggressive play from Cooper, trying to find a KO. Bubbles used by Guru, but everybody's in main. Here comes that Ultron's Ray. Glortrox gets deleted again by Gale. I mean, it's just gone off the rip. BTS trying to take him out in the sky at the least. Everybody's kind of grouped together. Here comes Energy's ultimate. Doesn't actually get anything, but they do get the KO off of it, luckily for them. Guru does fall. Cal trying to go aggressive again on the inside angle, but it's Gilbert to fall. And just one by one, they're getting picked off. Portal play was there from Pauly, by the way, to come back from spawn. Cal falls. No more ults for the side of Team TSM. They are wiped off the planet by Team Liquid. 70 meters is all they got.
Yeah, Liquid Citadel making it look like a ranked game at the moment. They look so comfortable, targeting correctly as well. You could see as they were picking off one hero after another, it was just like, we focus this, then we focus that, and it should be a cleanup following. And that's exactly what happened for Liquid Citadel. It just wasn't really enough for TSM to try and break out. They tried a few changes here or there, but none of them really gave them the ability. And as you said, the ultimates were just kind of getting gobbled up by Liquid Citadel. TSM, if you can't break out of a setup with some of those ultimates available that they had, then it's just going to be such a struggle. And now you fear that this might be a very quick round ending and very quick match ending here on the side of Liquid Citadel with the way they've been playing thus far.
Okay, guys.
Absolutely. I mean, TSM might need a miracle.
How fast do you think Liquid Citadel takes this?
Right? Like,
they only got to go 70 meters. Do they get to the 3-minute mark? Is it? Do they get it in between 3 or 4? I want to know. I want to know how fast you think they are able to get this.
I mean, what do you do when Liquid Citadel's playing this well? Now on their attack, right? We'll see what Liquid Citadel want to do. You know, we do see a lot of teams start out with the Wolverine Gask, but again, not very far to go, only 70 meters. And yeah, first point's tough to take, but that is still an excellent hold from Team Liquid that they set themselves up now for success on attack.
Yeah. Keep an eye on Energy here. As alongside Spark Chief, they're just going to try and bully the backline of TSM. See if they can grab one. Energy doesn't connect.
Okay, Energy not on the Elsa. They're going to opt in for solo Wolverine. They're just looking for that initial pick. 3 support versus Dead Devil. Who wins? 3 support wins.
Remember, you need to be aggressive onto this convoy, and TSM now realizing that as Guru stepping up.
Yeah, he has to touch.
Oh, look at Pauly just pelting these guys. Look at this. Look, peak Mag gameplay, bro. Bing, bing. Just not even missing, bro. That shit hurts. Them autos hurt, son. And yeah, goodbye. Goodbye, Gilbert Noodle. He's gonna have to TP here. So usually the first tank that dies when they run this triple or when they run this comp, they TP immediately. But looks like, oh wait a minute, 3 minutes and 5 seconds, guys. Do they get it in between? 2 minutes and 55 seconds, by the way. Wait. TP came in.
Copy brings everybody back, so I mean they're still kind of in it. Portals here. Guru in diamond form to delay. Gale trying to find something.
Oh, Adam.
Stain. We're gonna have Invis boundary up in a second, though. Pizza Demon doesn't get saved by it. Maybe Gale's ultimate. He needs to build it.
Poly.
Meteor could be huge. Also in the sky. No, he got hit. Gale doesn't have
Guru and Gale dead. The desperation portal. It's over. Yeah, it's over.
There's no more ults on the defensive hold. Team Liquid.
A minute and 30 for 70 meters. Not terrible. Another 2-0 though. Liquid Citadel carrying the tradition.
Couldn't really put up any sort of threat on their offensive side, which
unlucky.
It was always going to be a little bit of a cakewalk going into that offensive round on the side of Team Liquid Citadel. But also, we know how good Liquid have been. We know how powerful they can be when they start to get going as well. And they just seem to have that plan B, that plan C always ready. Even when they're too good. Team Liquid Citadel too good, guys. They're very good at thinking on their feet, making those adjustments very fast.
Like, this is a super team. Team Liquid Citadel is a super team. Unfortunately, we did not get to see the Spark Chief Thor, though. I was hoping for the Spark Chief Thor, guys.
And time, fellas. I mean, 5 minutes, 54 seconds. That is a speed run if we have seen one on this side of things. And listen,
15 elims for energy, by the way.
Talk to TSM for a moment. You know, sometimes
when are the good teams gonna play? Well, we had some of our better matches in the last 2 ones. This was gonna be a wipe though. Like, everybody knew Liquid Citadel was gonna beat TSM. I think the next 2 matches also might be 2-0s, but we'll see.
You are into the next scene, and you have not at all deterred the conversation away from being one of the top teams, if not the very best, right here in the America region. Fellas, it just continues to look like the team has so many ways, again, like we said with Swamp Gaming, to beat you. If you were to shout out one of these members, I want to give you guys both a chance here, but Dog, we'll start with you. Like, what's the one person that you want to shout out on Team Liquid Citadel? Yeah, I mean, it's probably got to be Nero, I think, on the White Fox, but I don't know, man. Like, it's the whole team. It's the cohesion. It's the synchronization of this roster. I mean, I feel like it'd be easier to call out a potential weakness, I guess, like with like sometimes energy gets a little bit too crazy. Obviously, you don't want to take away too much from them because the squad is so good, and that really is nitpicking. But yeah, for me, it'd be Nero. What about you guys?
I think actually I'm going to give a little bit of love to Spark Chief, even though statistically is not going to stand out as the Vanguard role that he was playing. Some of the kind of space that he was taking to force back strategists and duelists away from his team, he was just playing the perfect Vanguard role of just defending the rest of his squad. And whilst the numbers won't be up there for him to shine bright, certainly impressed me from what I was able to see from his POV. Yeah, and I wanted to get Bars as well. Like, listen,
all right, guys.
Adapting, obviously, we've talked about
very well played from Team Liquid Citadel.
We know he was kind of always pinned as like the flyer, and what a perfect person to go and be that Ultron in the triple strat. We've seen a couple teams.
Unfortunately, neither of my scenes
and it's not working.
Cover anything.
Best player, you know, a great duelist on character of Ultron. Well, this is why, and why he's also a perfect complement to be that pseudo flex role of putting on the aggression of DPS, but also having great healing numbers to boot. And it allows your, more, we'll say, aggressive vanguards in someone like Pauly, and especially Spark Chief, to go off and have Flake and have Drone. Obviously you could play so different from there. Are you impressed, though, by how these vanguards are adapting with their team and allowing them to go full aggressive? I think it might be the most, I would say, attack-heavy vanguards tanks that we have in the scene. Yeah, absolutely. I think that these pace makers, these pace setters, I guess is a better way to phrase it, are the real reason these teams are winning for sure. Like, you have to be able to be proactive and make plays. And obviously it's meta dependent. It's, depending on what's good at the current time. But you can't just AFK, and you have to make a play like we saw them do. Like, just all over the place, they're doing stuff together. And that's really on, coaching staff, obviously, first of all, for Team Liquid Citadel, but the players to, buy into that and really set up plays together as a unit. So their comm structure is great. And right now, things are just flowing. They look even better than they did last week. Yeah, for sure. And that's always good. I think what we said, a lot of us behind the scenes was, Swamp, I think TLC.
We could potentially get another 3-game banger here in this one of these next 2 series. I don't know. I don't know. YouTube, I don't know.
Obviously, their interview, we're going to be asking it. We have to, compare the Titans that we're starting to see emerge. It's year 2. We're still very early in this whole thing, especially when you're kind of resetting.
But I'm excited about Swamp Gaming. This is the thing. It's good that Team Liquid Citadel are playing to the level that everybody thinks they're playing at, or they should be playing at. Like, this should be the team that dominates everybody. If they were struggling, I would have been worried.
That is the toughest question for me. I think that in terms of picks and bans, TLC seemed to have it locked down. I think that they were able to convince TSM that banning Captain America was going to somehow help them. And I don't know why, because we saw it previously. You try and take that away from Liquid Citadel, it doesn't matter. Their pool is too deep in terms of heroes. Who's better? From what I saw today, I think Swamp were a little bit more solid. I think that TSM were able, especially in that domination, they were able to break through Liquid, which surprised me. I think that Swamp Gaming would have not allowed TSM to break through at all. I think we might have seen a bit more of a shutout. But again, I think that can come down to playstyle. So for me, Swamp Gaming right now, but I am ready to be very much changed in my opinion when we see them play.
Okay, what else? What else?
Oh, guy, I saw some face.
Got a poll going?
No, I respect it. I respect it. You know, I think both teams are good right now.
I mean, obviously the big marquee matchup for Americas is going to be Swamp versus Team Liquid Citadel. But I think there's more spice. I think NRG looks a lot better than most people are giving them credit for.
They were to, keep up their sort of fire.
But we'll see.
To put you guys on the spot. Listen, I mean, we're about to have our guests in a moment. Excited to welcome in not a player, but the coach of this team. But before that, we were talking a little bit
Team
about
Liquid Citadels coach. Yeah, they're a good coach. They're a good team, though. They're a good team.
I think against Liquid.
I'm waiting for Spark Chief. I'm waiting for Spark Chief Thor, guys.
The coach, Mr. Gator himself from Team Liquid Citadel.
Gator.
For our winners interview, first of all, it is good to have you, buddy. How you doing? Good to see you again, man.
Good to see you guys too. How you been?
Oh God, been stellar. Been a lot of fun watching you guys on your side, man. I got
bro. Why? Yo, who invited Omni Man onto my? Why are they interviewing Omni Man, guys?
When you have so much talent,
bro needs to save the Viltrum Empire. What is he doing on my screen in Marvel Rivals Ignite?
Piece of unit. I think that's a lot of your job. That's a tough thing to do.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, I think we have like I think we have a really good team environment. This team, everybody is like very self-critical, very critical of others, and it's like a very good, open, I would say, communication system. So
let me show this dude.
Kind of constant improvement.
I'll throw myself here.
Problems, there's like instant trying to fix them. You know, this team isn't like toxic like a lot of other teams. It's not really like a tilting team.
This team's not. Oh yeah, it's you guys don't tilt. Talented. This is the thing. When coaches say that, when anyone says that, right?
Kind of like a roster.
When you're winning, it's very hard to be toxic and to tilt.
Awesome.
It's when you start dropping games and you start losing, that's where like, oh, are we really a team that doesn't tilt? Or are we just winning? Because look, the saying goes, winning fixes everything, right? Winning fixes everything. But if you're not winning and you got to like start pulling yourself out of terrible situations, that's where people's real true personalities come in. That, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Swamp Ass Gaming is pretty good. I would say they are like the second team. Like they're probably the second best team.
You cannot say that, bro.
I think it'll be a good match when we eventually play them. They've been like a
Swamp
team for a while.
Swamp Ass Gaming is crazy.
Better and better. I think some of the players have like expanded the hero pool, so I think that they actually are like a really good team, and they're not like a free win at all. So I definitely like respect them. The coach is, you know, he's a character. So, and they do some crazy. They do a lot of crazy shit. So like you kind of don't really expect. You don't really know what to expect a lot of times.
Guys, this is Disney. We can't say anything.
Good team.
Fined. He's getting fined, bro.
Hashtag fear the swamp is what they're going for, from what I've heard. Now,
fear the swamp.
Coach, there's a lot of responsibility.
Fear the swamp.
Pick and ban phase, which we sometimes see matchups won and
JK.
lost just through the pick and ban phase. How do you, as a coach of this team, prepare for that? Are you constantly in VODs? Are you constantly checking on teams? Are you target banning, for example?
Yeah, we target ban. I legit takes like the lead on like.
I'm gonna go get some almonds. Here's with the interview. I'm gonna get some almonds.
Generally does all of that, and then me and the players will kind of like give feedback and help maybe on the side, or we'll play devil's advocate for him. So he's kind of like our banner for the most part, and he kind of does a lot of like our strategy stuff. So we kind of work together as like a coaching staff to just kind of make sure everything's done for the most part. So I feel like we work really good together, and we have like a pretty good system in place right now where I feel like we're always kind of ahead of the meta or ahead of the curve for the most part. So yeah, I've been very happy with that.
Got my almonds, guys. Got my fucking almonds.
I know you were with Nero a lot last year. I think such an unsung hero of this team because when you look at
I'm obviously not going to eat the whole fucking container of almonds.
Then you have Daredevil, Speedery, and
just going to eat like a couple.
Gambit. But I want, can you?
What's wrong with my almond container? What do you mean?
Stud in the strategist position. Obviously, someone you've worked with for a while back, even into years.
How do you store your almonds?
Yeah, Nero is very, very, very good. He's pretty.
I store mine in a container, like a little thing with a lid. I'm obviously not going to kill this whole fucking thing of almonds. I'll die probably.
He came from the other game. He's very
or
good
throw up.
So
I'm going to eat a couple here and there.
To kind of come to this game.
Jesus.
And like obviously he's very good. He's mechanically gifted. He played DPS in Overwatch. So, you know, he's got,
bro, is there an earthquake happening at Gator's house right now? Why is everything shaking?
And he's kind of like a veteran role on the team, as in he kind of stays very just like on the equilibrium. He doesn't get too amped up, doesn't get tilted. He's just always like steady, and I think that's really good to have players like that on a team. So good shout out to him for sure. He's definitely like one of our pillars for sure in the team.
Man, Gator never changed. You know, hesitant to say one word and then drop swamp ass just like that. But listen, man, I'm just pumped to have you in the scene again. I know you guys have.
Is Cozy allowed to say that?
Yeah, we lost. So you guys, you know,
yeah, it's Cozy.
For those two.
Hey,
so enjoy the win, man.
Yep. More power to you, Cozy. More power to you.
And thanks for coming on. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. See you guys later.
Yep. See you, Gator.
Alrighty, that is Coach Gator, and man, always fun to have him back in the scene, dog, and Gaskin for sure. And, you know, it's just cool to see how they measured up. You know, obviously Swamp Thing, that was a great question as well. But it was cool to have those teams back to back, right? I mean, Gaskin, we got to see a really good comparison. Obviously, some of the competition I think was a bit different, but still able to see the top two teams in most books in America.
I do think the further we get into not just preseason, but as we move into the next series as well, these map selections are going to be so important. We're noticing that teams are struggling on certain maps and modes to be particular, but there is such a wide selection of maps available that I do think you're going to be able to target teams and find their weaknesses. So I'm very intrigued to see how that develops as we move forward.
I agree. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I think when you look at some of what he highlighted, I mean,
good point, Gaskin.
There's just not a weak point. The egos aren't there, and they're playing as a cohesive unit, which is what my favorite question was to ask, because there's so much talent to be had, and we've seen that in years past, y'all. But we're just rocketing through these games. We're 3 down, 2 to go. Hopefully,
2 more games, 2 more series.
Good time to be a Marvel Rivals player. We're gonna reset, let the players get in, get ready. We have a great one coming at you next. NRG Shock versus FlyQuest. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna take a quick break and then back to the action.
Okay. Fly NRG. Probably a 2-0 for NRG. Nightmare Lunex, though. That could be a good one. That might be a 3-game banger. I'm going to run some ads so we don't get pre-rolls. I'm going to run 3 minutes here. We'll run 3 minutes of ads. Be right back.
Well, hello there and welcome back, my friends. We've got match number 4 underway, and it is going to be FlyQuest versus NRG Shock. And fellas, I think this one could surprise us. I know, we have FlyQuest at 0-3 right now, but they have a lot, to play for, clearly, to continue on. There's much more than just the preseason, right? And roster changes, all that. So they've got to play for that. And then NRG Shock is at a very interesting spot, right? Because in the group of death, let's start with you, Dog. They went against the toughest 2 teams essentially off the bat. They did 100 Thieves. They won that, had the Shock. Then it went against Swamp Gaming, got 2-0'd. Now they sit in this kind of, all right, you got 3 more games left. It should be a bit easier of a road from here.
Yeah, this is kind of the interesting, like you mentioned, with a part of Group A. You know, like they have to obviously 2-0 FlyQuest here to keep looking strong. But, you know, they have to, make the rest of the games look good. Luckily for them, it looks like Swamp Gaming are going to 2-0 everybody. Obviously, there's one more game versus FlyQuest, but as long as that happens, it's kind of like a whitewash. It's like a washover kind of a little bit because, if everybody gets 2-0 by Swamp Gaming, okay, great. That's fine. But if we want to be that second seed, we have to keep winning. We got to keep getting these games back to back to back because, especially with the 100 Thieves and, how they've looked so far, you got to feel confident so far, especially with that head-to-head, right? Because that could give you the edge over them moving forward, and maybe you even eliminate 100 Thieves out of the playoffs just with that early win over them.
Yeah, to try to delay how early you have to go against the 1 seed like Swamp, right? Like, that's why it's so important to get the seeding going, and obviously for them, they're looking like they easily can be the second team up here, right? Taking a look, that we got FlyQuest in their roster. Now, we've talked a lot about this team. Obviously, they're playing from across the pond. Some of them want, people to come out here so that they can play all together. But you have the talent. It's just what we asked Gator. We putting it all together as one. And Gaskin, let's start with you, man. Highlighting it. Obviously, Vest is a shining point. But what
all
else
right,
do you
we're
like
back.
FlyQuest
We're back,
team?
chat.
I do feel partly
We are
responsible for
back!
the performance thus far, as I predicted them first, and it's my first cast
Okay.
of MarvelRivals Ignite, and I'm sorry, everyone, it had to happen at some point, but I do
Break
think
is up.
time
We're here.
will show us what they're made of, and I think we saw a little bit of that against the matchup of 100 Thieves as well, even though we had obviously the delay that happened, which just kind of strung that matchup out a little bit. FlyQuest demonstrated that they can actually go toe-to-toe with a team like 100 Thieves. So there's no reason why they can't take down NRG Shock. I just think we need to see the strategists being a little bit more on top of things. There was a couple of times where strategists got caught out a little bit on the side of FlyQuest, maybe being too confident and pushing up a little bit too much. So hopefully they will be a little bit more reserved and allow some of that aggression to come out of their duelists instead.
Yeah, for sure. Dog, you talked about, Imps breakdown. I thought it was kind of a great one to see. It takes more. There's more than, an eye and team, especially. And speaking of, that and what NRG has been able to do, I think they're the polar opposite. I think they've played as such a complete unit, and they have a lot of, I think, shining stars from across old teams, but also some, core base that we saw.
Okay.
Dreamland.
Madara, one of the best Stranges
Yeah, I like that they have a
potentially in this
good
tournament.
roster to pick from. Like, that's kind of the big thing is
Chime is popping off
competition,
as well.
Usually breeds the strongest players, I think. So
I think this team is
oh my goodness, sorry.
a bit underrated.
I'm so excited for this matchup that I just burped like right up live on broadcast. But I think this NRG roster, because it's such a big roster, I see you laughing over there, Coz. It's because of this that they're such a talented roster because they picked up Chuckles, they picked up Fraud, they have these players that are in the wings, like waiting to play in trial in these practices and scrims. And you could tell the reason why NRG Shock are in the position they are in, being 1-1, is because they actually did their due diligence. As
Chime's hair,
they scrimmed
immaculate,
with all
by the
these
way.
players and tried them out, right? Like you can't just pick up.
His
players
hair is
that
immaculate.
really
You got to
have
figure out what
to
his
for
routine is,
yourself and
guys.
have the
We need to
coaching
figure out what
and
Chime's hair
analysis
routine is.
to determine
As well as
exactly the
Fraud.
best players through
Fraud also
their
has some nice
competition
locks.
more than anything, and you can tell that's why NRG Shock are in the position they're in.
I like
No,
Fraud's
great
locks.
breakdown. I
They're good.
appreciate that because when you look at it, obviously someone like Window, I think is a great kind of hidden gem who either plays really like one of the most important anchors of that Vanguard role, or sometimes there can be that.
I think if Madar,
Man, for me,
Renko, and Chime are on their A game, it's a lock for energy. I agree. Kirito, I agree. I agree. If they're all playing on like 100%, 110%, firing on all cylinders, yeah, I think it has to be Chime and Madara's business. I mean, Renko's very good too, but it's really Chime and Madara that are the big difference makers for this team, or at least have shown they're the big difference makers.
I do think they're multifaceted, but it's going to be interesting.
And they are playing FlyQuest though, and FlyQuest, they got to win, because if they don't win, I believe they're out, because they haven't won anything. So if they don't win, they're out. They have to win this game.
output damage, right? That is the #1 thing. And Elsa still is the most oppressive hero that exists in terms of damage output.
Oh, we're going back to burning T'Challa, though. Back to burning T'Challa.
Elsa. And it seems like every team has that someone who is fantastic at Elsa. I think
Chime's a really good Elsa.
Elsa is a little bit more of a troublesome situation to find yourself in. So I do think that we're going to learn a lot in the bans here.
Fear the nightmare.
Yeah, for sure. And taking it over to FlyQuest, listen, I think that this team, they have not only people that have played at a top level, but like some of the highest and most like intense matches that have been out there. And now it's trying to put all the pieces together. You know, when you look at a dive meta and you need to have things like great ping, you know, that's where a lot of this identity, I think, was formed for the team. The tape is out there at this point, quite literally all over social media, Dogman. Like, what do you adjust to, right? Do you stick with the original game plan, or is it like, okay, we need to try to stick to some new strengths as we look forward an 0-3 start?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've, you know what, they've determined different compositions to play and what they've gotten good at, and they had.
I want to see what FlyQuest adjustments. I want to see the adjustments that FlyQuest has made.
So there are some, you know, potential bright spots. I think that if they, you know, figure out their team cohesion, if players get used to the ping they're playing on and stuff, if you're on 100-something ping in this game, it's very hard.
Yeah.
So just with that alone, I think
FlyQuest still playing with European players,
playing on high ping and kind of getting used to playing with each other is their strength in their way forward. But like you said, Energy Shock is a very tough opponent to overcome.
Dallas, Oregon, Virginia ready. We are ready, my friends, for the matchup between FlyQuest and NRG.
I love that Cozy's in on the memes, bro. I love that Cozy's in on the memes.
Take it away.
I think it goes. Going into it, Elsa immediately off the rip for both squads, and we're kind of determining and learning the overall sort of opinion on the meta for a lot of people. And even after all these Elsa changes, the nerfs, she still seems to be priority #1 for a lot of these top squads.
Last time we saw FlyQuest protecting Mantis and Psylocke, if I remember correctly as well. You can already see they are hovering the Psylocke, so perhaps that will come out. Or you just hope that maybe the ban won't come through. But again, it depends how much research NRG Shock have done, because we certainly saw how impressive the Psylocke can be, especially alongside a Mantis as well. Already that happened today, actually, in our first matchup of the day. Vanpool gonna get banned on both sides. That seems to be pretty traditional at this point as well. We've seen very little Vanpool today as Rogue gets protected on the side of NRG.
Yeah, I think it makes sense based on what we've seen out of that character.
Okay.
Just in terms of clutching up.
So NRG saves the Rogue. They also have Gambit available to them. Wow. So no Star-Lord ban from FlyQuest?
Own one-sided matchup, but it's mirrored.
Oh, if I'm NRG, I ban Star-Lord right now.
Yeah, the Rogue Gambit combo just
no?
Too good to pass.
Just ban Star-Lord. You have one-sided Star-Lord. No, they're going to ban Invis.
So what do FlyQuest have? Do they have something to make us think that they have what it takes to get through to playoffs? Remember, if they lose this, they are done. We won't see FlyQuest in
I look at the dangers in the FlyQuest team, and Tuzi, Jolly, and Ken could cause them some problems. Yeah. I think Vest is pretty good, too. I think Vest might be able to outplay Madara. Let's see. Vest is a very good Rogue. So the fact that they gave Rogue Gambit to them is interesting.
But they need to try and elevate from that.
I'm just surprised there's no Star-Lord prio. I feel like Star-Lord is just, like, you're asking just to play Star-Lord when you have Gambit.
But for FlyQuest, right, that is the #1 thing.
Maybe Star-Lord's fake news, though. Maybe Star-Lord's fake news. I don't know.
Where things have just had a horrific,
I feel like he's really good.
Like it's been tough for them online, but Star-Lord got through in that, you know, Rogue Gambit stuff that is always available. So let's see what happens.
Well, yeah, it's triple tank, but it's like one of the tanks is effectively playing as a fat DPS, right? Usually it's Rogue or Thor. So it is like triple, but if you watch how the Vanguard duelist hybrid player plays, like Vess is just gonna play like a Vanguard. Or sorry, Vess is just gonna play like a duelist.
To keep an eye out on Energy Shock as well. Once the Raging Royal Flush comes through, Star-Lord turns into an absolute beast of destruction.
Like, it is just a brawl comp from Fly. It's a pure brawl comp, which is why I like this early thing from Window. It's two brawl comps. Yeah, Chime is playing Star-Lord. I love Star-Lord Gambit.
Diving at the moment, Window considering it on the thing, but of course you have Hulk on the other side. So both biding their time, waiting for their moment, and now we get the jump.
Let's see if Melio can hit those shots.
Melio.
Backline. Just kind of free farming, it looks like, over there, too. So, has been relatively uncontested. I'm surprised that he's not being marked by basically anybody that is building up Straddles.
It's Star-Lord's job to mark him, kind of.
Right now, FlyQuest are actually the ones close
Or Rogue.
towards that Phoenix Ensong Inferno. Velocity close to that invisible boundary zone, but Dara goes so low after diving in. But
no one else can really reach him.
Back up. Also, by the way, Energy have claimed that objective first. So
they got it. So now they're just building percent.
If they want, but they know they don't really have to just yet. Meanwhile, with the triple Vanguard composition.
Ooh, they got ult first. They got ult first.
That Ensong Inferno with Melio not able to find a KO through that. Too much health pool to chunk through on the side of NRG. They're still in control of the point, but they lose Renko.
Oh, Vess.
Vess. Melio's there with the follow-up, and they might have anchored a little bit too hard on the inside angle because FlyQuest have actually won the first fight.
Yeah, great patience from FlyQuest as well.
Nice.
Bully
okay, but now we have Gambit Star-Lord. And what are they going to use to counter it? They have to use Meteor M here. They have to use Meteor M, and they might have to use White Fox ult.
On the side of NRG, so they have to be careful of that. They don't want to group too much so that AoE damage really hurts you. But now, FlyQuest just trying to...
If Vest can go in and Heartbreaker early. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Very nice. This is good stall. This is good stall. Oh my God, Vest.
Just absolutely putting the carry pants on. People have talked about this guy being an insane player for FlyQuest, and that's exactly why. Just removes the ult charge in that fight. Another win for FlyQuest.
Yeah,
didn't I tell you Vest is just gonna play like a mad duelist, bro? He's gonna go the fuck in.
Trust in your teammates that they will follow up as well. You don't want to be discombobulated and one person starts to push and the rest don't follow. They all seem to be working in tandem at the moment, and NRG Shock need to find a way around. They're going to probably go for a similar approach here of trying to bully their way through.
Okay.
They do have ultimates to work with.
You're Magneto. Oh, Madara finds Ken.
Who had that Gambit ultimate? The Raging Roll Flush was available, but
Joey!
Velocity goes down. Can he find any more? Meteor M from Snickers. Are they going to find a KO through it? It looks like the answer is yes. Renko trades it with Vest there with another one on a Stinker, so it's back and forth. FlyQuest, it looks like, although Madara with the ultimate pop tries to find at least
Madara.
Maybe gets rid of some ult charge on the front line as well, but everybody backed up. Raging Roll Flush still available. Didn't get connected on by the rogue of the other team. But when does Ken
has ult, but they're not going to pop it. They don't want to pop it. They don't want to pop it.
For now, points don't control FlyQuest, but is NRG going to get any form of stabilization on the point? They chop.
Okay, they copy.
Aggressive one towards the side of FlyQuest, but is there
Stinkers is going anti-tank now. He's going Wolverine.
Nothing for now as NRG have to keep backing away at the current moment. Deal with Jolly finally going a little bit too aggressive.
Oh!
That could be a pick-off they desperately needed, but Melio, again on the flank, may be able to find two. Maybe on the velocities, another one. Nope, doesn't hit the last shot, but it doesn't matter because Vess has just been going off.
Vess is too good!
Win for FlyQuest on round
I told you! Vess Rogue!
They get that initial pick. You see Hulk
Vess Rogue, man!
Suddenly, you see him dropping like flies because, again, the flank was perfect from FlyQuest, and it has been executed excellently from them. They had a game plan going into that one. Jolly leading the charge onto Hulk was really making a difference, but Vez on the rogue just being able to bully their way through and take down NRG.
So really good, bro. Vez is so good.
That we saw from FlyQuest. So I do wonder now if we're going to see NRG Shock try and change things up a little bit. You can see Window contemplating switching over to Venom here, which I don't really blame him. Venom a little bit better at diving in than Thing. Thing obviously good at kind of bullying players out of a point, but Venom is more likely to get that KO. So we'll have to see whether this change can really help NRG.
Great points. For NRG, I'm curious.
Vest,
they play their
like literally less than 5% out of the gate from his ultimate here. Heartbreaker is going to be massive.
Interesting, to say the least, to let a Phoenix farm that long. Chime going to go over to the Phoenix of his own, which is, I think, a difference based on every other series we've seen so far. So that's a unique take on it. And we go into the second round, which is a little bit more open as Stinkers looks for a potential.
So they're going for the team up. It's more scrappy, right? Lifesteal and
has to be careful here.
I don't hate it.
In action. When you do have a lot of poke damage on the other side, sometimes you do have to try and counter it with a big old chunky dive that can happen. And there is a jump in. Jolly going to take the initial fight. And now you're going to see Renko also being more than prepared to output some damage here on the strategist. But now two ults popped on the side of FlyQuest to try and
big stun from Stinkers!
In favor of NRG, it did not matter from FlyQuest.
That was a good last stand.
An early fight going to go in favor of NRG Shock.
Yep, better read by Sean.
Oh, they're going to stagger him. They're going to stagger Bruce!
Engage with Vess. Unfortunately, just too much space to cover for him in that fight. Now, in this next one, they have the Unsung Inferno. They have a little bit more to go.
Oh, what a stagger.
Well, I'm curious if they're going to stick on this Hulk throughout as...
I don't feel like playing. I mean, I think he has ult, right? He might swap. He might ult and swap.
With that Wolverine and Phoenix.
Yeah, he has ult. Yeah, Jolly has ult. Jolly will probably ult and swap.
For NRG Shock as well. So they are going to have the slight advantage in terms of ultimate economy, but not far off, because FlyQuest will be able to build it pretty quickly when this engagement does happen. But there is going to be the
Madara.
with that Heartbreaker that I was talking about coming through, and now FlyQuest have to respond with one of their own. Meteor M does connect.
Ah, Velocity! Velocity tried to hide, bro. He's like, no. Oh, and then Jolly's beating him down. Give him the Hulk hands.
Changed, flipped on its head. And now for FlyQuest, pretty excellent fight. You know, can they keep it up, right? They use that flush that you mentioned. They use the Meteor M. How does this happen? How does this go moving forward, right? It seems like both of these rogues are kind of struggling at the current moment, but it's a bit of a more open map, so it makes sense. Sneakers, by the way, over to his Psylocke, which is a hero that we've definitely seen him on in the past, but without the Mantis. I'm kind of curious how this plays out also with the Daredevil ban. That's impacted some things. Very early End Song Inferno towards the back angle. Cooldown's forced for sure. Oh, counter End Song Inferno. Go to
boom! Okay, good job from Chime there. This is really good team fight positioning. Jolly is like taking so much attention though.
But they're already lost Melio. Window trying to find something on the back angle. Oh my goodness, almost dies. No.
Zealous?
Does so. Too far to go and travel under the seas in that case. But Renko on the Jolly. Even though you found one, it's not enough for the side of FlyQuest. It looks like.
Oh, yeah, this rogue hero is cool, guys. Nice TP, nice TP, nice TP, nice TP. You keep stalling.
It's for what? It's for nothing in the end, and the counter was perfect on the other side to be able to take down Ken.
Okay, Stinkers has ult with a Gambit ult. Oh, Chime though.
And FlyQuest are going to be in again a two-player disadvantage now, as NRG Shock have really been able to stagger them and take full advantage of said players just being a little bit too late to the fight, and that will just slowly add up to the time they're having. Of course, FlyQuest were leading initially up to 70% now, so it's not all doom and gloom just yet for FlyQuest, but they do have to be mindful of some of these staggered pushes here.
They TP'd in just to stall at the point, and you know, at least they get up that Raging Royal Flush to get up the Psylocke ultimate for FlyQuest side. I'm sure they feel not too shabby about that, but it's a matter of what they do in this fight, right? Tuzi, by the way, going over to the going back to their triple composition. They did on the previous map, except with the Angela as a bit of a difference maker, and also to not be on the triple strat of this comp, just to play with Melio on this Phoenix. But what can he do? Look for Stinkers, who backs away. Tuzi caught out on the right side. Oh no, that's a brutal start for FlyQuest, who, you know, had ultimates going into this fight. Best tries to go too far. He goes down as well, and trying to make a play results in nothing now. 5% away. They don't have portal. They got the touch last second. Can they even do so with 3%? Everybody's getting stagger KO'd by Chime.
Wait, NRG's gonna take the round.
Shock have won.
Wow, wow, wow.
Versus FlyQuest.
Yeah, tie this up. Send us to a third round then. And FlyQuest, it looked
We're
like
going to Warrior Falls. We're going to Warrior Falls.
Holding that point in the second round. NRG doing very well to get those initial picks.
Hello.
Give them the advantage time.
Hello, Asuki.
The switch over to Angela, but then the hard focus just came out.
How are you?
Sometimes if you're flying around as Angela and you're not in the sightline of your strategist, you can be just ripped from the map, and that's exactly what NRG Shock were able to do. And now NRG are going to have a slightly better ult economy, 3 available. One not far off for FlyQuest. Sure, they're close to 3 as well for themselves. I guess the Raging Royal Flush soon to be available for Ken could be the difference maker in this early engagement for FlyQuest. But the fact that NRG Shock have defensive ultimates available for them as well, particularly in velocity.
I'm doing well. Yes, I am doing well.
And get control of this point to begin with.
Yeah, let's see if Chime can kind of do what he did before with those spark engages committed by him. For FlyQuest side, I mean, they're trying to figure out something with Tuzi, but this is going to be very fast push, it looks like. I mean, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, FlyQuest have so many ults, though. We're burning triple, Invisible Boundary, Ensong Inferno.
But can they take him out?
You can't actually get anything. Ken's going to take Madara out, though. That's a big pick. That is a big pick, guys.
Chime goes down 2. And they came back disengaged. It looks like they just found those targets one by one. Madara with the portal, though, so the first fight not going to be over just yet, but Insong Inferno still going to be here for
We're TPing early? We're TPing that early?
Mid-fight. This has been a great swap over to Magneto, by the way.
Wow.
Towards the point portal going to be a little bit late, but point not
Madara's going to portal.
From NRG, maybe they could force some ultimates out or try to clutch up.
These early portal commits are very interesting.
But right now they're just staggering in one after another. Now they Gambit ult from Renko. That's interesting. They try to come in with a piece of the Abyss, try to find some KOs afterwards.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, guys.
But nobody goes down to the ante. Not enough follow-up, sadly, after they lost Madara earlier. Ensong Inferno with the peel as well. Jolly to find Chime. Great work from FlyQuest in that fight to remove NRG Shock, actually, as they've taken out 2.
Yeah, that's a tough one for NRG Shock. Saving the Rage and Royal Flush and then trying to use it to stop the initial grab of the point. You thought it in theory should work.
By the way, how long have you been into streaming? I just recently started streaming more Marvel Rivals. I'm usually make a lot of YouTube videos.
Now, NRG are going to be behind on that Gambit ultimate kind of economy here. And we really have seen just how impressive FlyQuest look once they do get it, and now they're going to get aggressive again once more here to try and find that extra little bit of damage, and will find the initials. Well, NRG Shock.
Yeah, I just recently started. I made a lot more Marvel Rivals content on YouTube, but I haven't really been streaming a lot.
And it looks like the answer is going to be yes, as Chime finishes off Milio, and now FlyQuest.
Stationers? I have no clue what that is.
Target focus just a little bit off for FlyQuest's side, though. Window goes down. Point still in control. Tuzi's coming back with the portal.
No, I don't play any simulation games. No, not into that kind of stuff, unfortunately.
Fight, by the way. It was a tough fight for him. Falls back all the way to the health pack side, by the way, as real quick swaps back and forth to make sure he can get back into that Hulk form through the portal. So FlyQuest still in control right now. NRG Shock, it was a decent fight, but could not get the KOs.
Yeah, very surprising, actually. With those initial KOs, you thought the NRG Shock should be able to just bully FlyQuest off the point. But
okay. Ken's going to hold here with FlyQuest. 75% right now.
No one was going to be able to take that away from them, and just being very impressive and taking them down as Velocity is going to fall first, followed by Window and Renko.
Ooh.
And NRG Shock.
Ooh.
They might.
FlyQuest going to get a potential win here? There's no, is there a portal here?
Finally, no, I mean, that kind of staggered from earlier. We have somebody hiding.
Is there a portal here?
Touch last second as the Psylocke.
Window is going to swap over to
Did they even get the touch?
touch?
Yes. Back to the health pack side. Renko with the ultimate onto the right. How many people even got hit by it? Chime.
Okay, Chime. Oh, Jolly takes down Renko, though.
Does find Renko, though. The Gambit removed is big. But do we have any
I don't really play simulation games. I make Marvel Rivals content on this channel.
I mean, they were holding on to ults, but haven't been able to use them rather, and NRG Shock actually.
That's fine. We can stack here.
In the overarching scheme of things.
How many times so far this preseason have we seen 99% go to overtime, and then finally the opposing team just gets that push? Sometimes you just need that back against the wall mentality of it's do or die here. And NRG Shock just kind of saved those ults for the perfect time. And we're able to now gain control. So for FlyQuest, they do have 2 ults available to them as well, but NRG Shock could say the same. Freedom Charge available for Window.
Wait a minute, guys.
A little bit of space for Chime and Stinkers to do some damage to the back line.
See what happens as FlyQuest already get Jolly.
Vest has Heartbreak. Oh, they got Jolly though.
Nice pick from Madara,
That's gonna at least get NRG Shock. What, 15% more maybe?
Follow up on him at occasions, but now they're just gonna back up for now. They're just gonna wait for him to come back from spawn. So already a first fight win for NRG in that case, and
it's okay, guys.
Waiting for his Hulk to come back.
FlyQuest now just grouping up.
Do you stream on Twitch regularly? I try to dual stream. Yeah, I've been trying to stream more regularly. Yeah. Big ult from FlyQuest.
Might have been just a panic ult, I don't know. But either way, FlyQuest were able to stay alive. Ken now goes down on the other side.
Melio takes down Stinkers. FlyQuest might have just done it, but they have Jolly has ult as well. So if they need to, Window has swapped over to. Oh! Get the kills! No. I like playing on PC. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Is he going to find him until the point? They have no time left, by the way. FlyQuest still in control. At the current moment.
There's a sliver of overtime.
Who's been a nuisance for this side outside of the portal. Renko goes down as well.
Okay, Vest takes down Renko.
They've claimed that point, and they're still in overtime. Jeff, from Velocities, doesn't eat anything. Unfortunately, his mouth is empty. Window.
Madara.
Back with his own portal, though. Rather, you have Melio on his side. So they have man advantage currently over the side of NRG.
Oh my God, Ken is just hunting him down!
Do everything himself, it looks like. Ken has found 2 in this fight by himself.
Oh, Jolly on the thing.
Wolverine, but the thing fists are too much from Jolly.
Yeah, I mean, just right-click him. Just right-click him. Take him to Yancey Street!
Are stuffed. Bernachala is FlyQuest's map. They're up 1-0.
Jolly just started to ground and pound as
Yeah.
FlyQuest are able to just
Hey, yo.
inch that one out.
Gaskin, hey, yo.
Very
Chill.
disappointed had they thrown that one away, considering they'd been able to get to 99 previously. But have to give a lot to Ken on Gambit.
Good job.
As well. Not only just
Good job.
being there for the rest of the team as the strategist as you are, but individually matching up impressively against those who tried to take him down. So FlyQuest take the lead here in this match, dog. And I tell you what, this is a far better matchup than maybe.
Bit of an upset.
This is the FlyQuest.
You guys smell an upset? Is Energy Shock going to give Rogue over? They saved Rogue, but they don't know. Vess is him.
Elio was coming online. We saw, especially on these like more close quarters.
No.
Vess was just able to bring it to the other squad. And I mean, the only thing that I feel like FlyQuest, their biggest fault is not even like a lack of skill. It's just a lack of coordination. And, when this team can like go aggressive and make plays, they actually do come out on top a lot. But we'll see if they can keep it up moving forward as we enter Convergence or Convoy.
I timed you out, buddy.
Break will come back for map number 2.
Okay. I'm going to go put my almonds away. I'm going to get some water. I'm also going to throw this trash away. I'm going to throw this trash away. Ah! I'm going to throw all this trash away. Recycle. Reuse. Reduce, recycle, bro. It's reduce. Reduce. All right. We back. What'd you guys get into? What'd you rapscallions? Oh. Let's check who's shitposting, guys. We're checking who's shitposting. Daily shitpost review. Swamp Ass Gaming. Unfortunate. What is this? Yo, get that off my screen. Yo.
And welcome back, my friends. It was not a talent issue, it was a connection issue. And I'm not talking about the ping. Playing as one is really what we needed to see from FlyQuest. And it starts to click a little bit. We got to see kind of how they played against 100 Thieves, and we saw the same from NRG, right? They both came out on top. That's our best comparison between these two. Or, sorry, NRG came out on top. Fly, not so much. Man, that looked all the part. I mean, for you, Gaskin, let's start there. I mean, what was it that kind of stood out?
Oh yeah, we gotta catch this up to live.
Some of the other 0-3, starting to trend off.
I do think sometimes it's ultimate discipline that's coming out from other teams a little bit better, but I do think that FlyQuest just were able to kind of pip over the line against these guys here. They were far better at using their ultimates when they needed to. There was a few early ults pulled on the other side that maybe just allowed them to be a little bit vulnerable, and FlyQuest took full advantage of that. Sometimes it's who blinks first when it comes to having ults charged, and I just think FlyQuest kind of won those engagements.
Yeah, for sure. And looking at Melio, I mean, he was a lot of Daredevil, and this time went over to that Phoenix, kind of stayed
Okay.
around. If you look at a lot of what Fly played, they didn't change up too
All
much.
right, we'll swap to our
They
draft
from
chat,
Fox
by the way.
to Cloak, and then you had Tuesday.
We're going to Shinshibuya!
Knew their game plan going in.
I love
at a high
Shinshibuya.
level.
One of my favorite maps.
Shinshibuya is gonna
I
be
was
the choice for
I was so
everybody.
sad that it was taken out. What are we eating?
100 Thieves definitely when they took them to this map. Do you think
We're
when it comes
eating
to having someone like Velocity
tangerine.
I felt like the back line was struggling a little bit there.
I love
against
tangerines.
FlyQuest. What can they do to
Especially,
create some
so
stuff
the
for
hack,
Dog, and
bro,
what would you like to
guys,
see?
the hack is you put it in
I
the
would just like to
cooler
see
in the
them
fridge.
move a little faster on
Get it a
it.
little
Like, I
cold.
don't even know if I could
Do you guys remember eating
call out
cold
who
orange
the
slices if you did
person-
sports?
I just feel like
Cold
both
orange
teams
slices?
were
Even if you didn't eat sports, you do sports. You probably ate cold,
the difference
cold
between
orange
them and
slices.
Swamp Gaming and Team Liquid
This is
Citadel.
kind of the same
I
effect,
feel like those
but
are the squads I'm
bite-sized.
seeing are making snappy decisions. They're very fast paced, and they are on top of it when they know. what
Didn't
they
you
wanna
just
pull.
eat some
You
almonds?
called it out, Cozy.
Am I not allowed to snack on a co-stream?
That one fight on the second map on Warrior Falls, just way
What do
too
you
late to
mean?
ult, man? But that's like, and then it still did it, right? Like I think Gask also.
You guys just want me to starve here?
Situation where you can see there's a disconnect a little bit compared to the top teams, I guess, right now.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you know, just recently I power ranked some of these teams. And
Look
I
how
put
juicy
Fly at
these
the
are.
bottom Because yes, they may be 0-3.
And the real
but they
question
show a
is,
lot of fight and a lot of
if you
fight.
eat tangerines, are you a
You know,
single
this is the
slice
crazy
eater,
thing. There's a
or
lot more to be played
do you
for,
pop
but
the
it
whole
does
thing
feel
in your
like-
mouth?
Obviously, we opened up with the triple vanguards from each side.
For
It
me,
felt like energy
I
shots
kind of like
kinda
eating
fired
them
their way
individually
throughout,
because you get
through
like
it all.
a little
I mean,
burst of
obviously,
sweetness.
Stinkers, you think is working. Wolverine
Versus if you
side
pop it
is
all
really
in your
good
mouth.
there. If you look at what they could clean
Pause.
up maybe in the pick ban phase, would there be anything that stood out?
I feel like
Or,
you're getting too
mean,
much.
You had some Daredevil bans. I mean, it was pretty close neck to neck on the comparisons, Gaskin.
Yeah, I do think they maybe should try and protect Vanpool. If I remember correctly, last week they protected Vanpool and looked a little bit more comfortable as well, having Vanpool available, especially going into Convergence as well. So I'd like to see that in particular if we're going to go into pick and bans. In terms of targeting NRG though, like I think that maybe they'll be already happy with how they've done thus far. So FlyQuest,
Dude, denying
should
Iron Mantle
protecting
is pretty
what
funny.
they're
I'm not
good
gonna
at
lie to you,
rather
Joe.
than trying to play NRG's game here.
That's a good question. I always love to ask coaches and players, like, do you ban, for your team, or are you trying to ban against them? And it's definitely an interesting way.
I think
to
it's a
look
mix
at
of both,
strategies.
Cozy.
And,
Sometimes I
for
think it's a
me,
mix
listen,
of both.
FlyQuest, prestigious org. We knew what they could do and put together, and
But sometimes you can just completely shut a team out if you ban, like, their core composition stuff, so
in a lot of areas. And to me, I think
it
they're
depends.
cleaning it up.
I
And
think
Josh
if you're a
surprised
bad
enough,
team,
he's
other teams can just
team,
ban
right?
like a couple of your heroes out and you
Yeah,
lose.
this is a
But I think
very,
most
very
teams,
important
I think
game.
most teams
A
are
lot of
in
times
like
what
not
you guys
fallible to
see
that.
less of
So
a hero shooter than more as a MOBA. But for both these teams, they really have to hone it in. And if FlyQuest were to 2-0,
Draft
run
is
their
important,
shot, that'd
though.
be huge.
Well, guys, we're gonna find out right now with the big ban phase where it starts.
Okay.
All out. Shinshibuya,
Double Elsa ban.
Shock the world on this exact map. Will they become the main quest? We'll have to see. Take it away, guys.
woo.
Thank you, Coz. And, well, Gask, there's your answer, dude. Immediately off the rip, we see that Deadpool Vanguard Protect.
They're gonna
Yeah,
save
sometimes
Gambit,
I know what I'm
right?
talking about, and it feels kind of nice, It's I said Mantis earlier, Vanpool now.
Must
it's
be
almost,
nice.
It must be. It's nice to be right every now and then. I wasn't right about FlyQuest performing in the groups, but at least they've finally woken up. It would seem they're going to protect Gambit on their side.
Okay, so they're trading
Vanpool
Vanpool for Gambit. I like the fact that they have banned away the Jeff as well. But yeah, you get the Rogue Protect, and you just run that same comp. I mean, I guess FlyQuest or NRG doesn't feel like they need to ban any pieces out of it, which is wild to me.
I don't know. I was talking to some pros and other squads and stuff, and they were saying how, Gambit coming into this patch wasn't going to be a major priority because of the ult changes, the ult nerfs for the 20% across.
That's a lie.
But it's still been a kind of priority.
That's a lie.
for squads, and
Gambit is still high
some
prio.
are kind of moving out of it, right? Mantis has been a problem for a lot of teams. Now they move over to Convergence. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. It's been
Ooh, the
very
Mantis
unique, I
save.
think, to
Ooh,
see
the
teams
Mantis
kind of
save. Get
shy
cooked.
away from going to Gambit
Get cooked,
sometimes
buddy.
and letting it through, experimenting with that, and then like you mentioned, going for that Vanpool Protect to prioritize a very strong hero.
Well, the fact that
No DD?
are only going to be the ones who have Gambit in this one, being able to ban it away but protect it themselves, as they do finish things off with a Daredevil ban. So just wanted to make sure they weren't too vulnerable on their backline. The Mantis Protect on the side of NRG suggests that we might see the triple strategist coming through. And you pair that up with Chime and how well Chime's been playing on Duelist at the moment.
I agree. Chime has been playing really well.
For the double Duelist and go for a 2-2 here. So we'll have to see how it goes for. At the moment, it looks like they're hovering the trip strat. So yeah, Velocity, Chime, Renko. I don't hate this. Stinkers on the Wolverine. This could be quite...
This is a wacky comp. I mean, they're trying to... So the reason they run this comp is they want to counter the Brawl comp that FlyQuest is running, right? Like the super aggressive Brawl comp with the Rogue, the Magneto, and the Hulk. So you run this triple strat to negate like the little amount of damage that they do. Not little, but like you run that. And then on top of that, you layer the Wolverine on, who's just going to shred one of these guys, right? You can damage boost him. You can keep him topped up. I think that's what NRG's going for. And if that is the case, I don't hate it.
Limelight now joining one of the top squads, a partner team in Energy Shock, and against FlyQuest,
but we'll see.
Who are bouncing back, right? Like we could talk about rookies, new guys coming in, Jolly. Honestly, after the last map, looked a little.
Okay, Stinkers is actually going to be on the Phoenix. I'm fine with that.
Which that's exactly what they need, right? Like to keep.
They're running the full triple comp, by the way, with Groot plus the team up. Chibi, when you casting this shit? Chris, I'm never there. Chris, I didn't get hired. What do you want me to do? They gave me co-streaming rights. I didn't get hired though. Why not? I don't know. These casters. Hey, don't listen. Put some. These are some good casters. I will say some of these are some good casters. I don't hate any of the casters. I think they're doing a good job, but
that was pretty clean, huh?
I mean, that's what you want. If you are a duelist, you want to be able to have that freedom where you can stand there.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, not everyone's gonna like every single caster though. And I think they're doing a good job. I like some of these guys are my colleagues. So, but I look. I get hired next year. I'll get hired next year. When will Rivals? It's not. I don't even think it's like triple all. It's just Mantis. If you notice, Mantis really is at the core of it. Because FlyQuest is running White Fox and Gambit. They're not running triple. But Mantis, I think Mantis is the problem child when it comes to triple. And Melio just dunks them.
Falls low. People are still touching. Tuzi's touching. We gave up so much percentage, and we're barely holding on. But even though, like, our heads falling off our body, we're not fully decapitated yet, as right now Energy Shock, they're still in this. Elos goes down as well. So Energy Shock still kind of anchoring back here. Eventually got taken out.
I'm liking this. I'm liking this.
In second point, and yet we still have to take this first point objective. Eventually Stinkers goes down, and FlyQuest stabilize.
Yeah, FlyQuest eventually stabilize in what was, as you said, a very risky...
I like this Brawl comp, though. If only Blade countered it, right? If only Blade had a little more anti-heal. If only Blade's... I think the one thing they could do is make Blade's anti-heal last longer. That's all they need to do. Like, the anti-heal effect needs to last a little bit longer. Like, a couple more seconds. So once it gets applied, you actually have to respect it. Because right now, the anti-heal doesn't buy you enough space. Like, usually, if you look at, like, other games that all have an anti-heal, if you get antied, you have to, like, back up. If you get antied by Blade, like, you're okay, I think, for the most part.
While it's Velocity in White Fox with a Loki copy, his is going to be enough to keep the team healthy, backing up. The window with the flank does commit the ultimate. They fly to the point.
Ooh, percent anti-heal. No, they buffed that anti-heal. He needs more.
Melio and Jolly don't have ults. That's going to be entering second phase. Energy Shock have claimed the point.
It's not the percentage, though. It's the duration.
For obvious reasons, but I think now that you go into essentially...
Yeah, if they don't walk out, if the invis is dumb... But you can kill through invis ult with a lot of different things. It's not just Blade.
as you move and groove a little bit with the 3 strategists rather than just trying to break through that initial defensive mode from
I don't necessarily agree with this portal, but they already channeled it.
And make it 3 and Energy Shock making short work of this fight.
Well, I think it was a good read. From
No, but it's the duration, right?
I think energy is
like the anti-heal doesn't last.
Throughout, and
Like the anti-heal doesn't last long enough.
Over to the Emma is what to slow down Jolly's pushes, but
like if you get hit by an anti, okay, think about Anna. Think about Anna, and when you get antied by Anna, you had to like, oh, we gotta fucking leave. We're antied. Like we're gonna die here. You get antied by Blade, they don't give a shit. It doesn't buy you space. The whole point of an anti-heal is that it's supposed to buy you space, and it doesn't. It doesn't buy you space.
Who can make the difference yet again on the Phoenix with the ultimate there and ready when they would like to use it. But you can see that FlyQuest,
the only time it buys you like space, quote unquote, is when you ult, but people just walk out. Blade's not gonna get. I would be very surprised if Blade gets picked once in pro play, legitimately, not as like a troll game, like a legit game. I don't think Blade will get picked.
For Window, I mean, he popped the Deadpool ultimate. The follow-up sadly wasn't there due to what happened, and now they've stabilized.
You got me ranting about Blade, both of you, instead of this game, but it's fine. FlyQuest is doing a pretty good job holding.
They just lose straight up in the neutral, but regardless, Energy Shock at least have that Deadpool kind of coming online because of those upgrades that have happened throughout. Don't have to worry about Elsa as well because that was banned out earlier.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind going off. I don't mind going off tangent. It's fine. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. My bad.
Nice job to take out Madara in that fight. Now we come back in with the Manta Soul. Can we find it again?
But I really like FlyQuest comp right now. It is like pure brawl. Like this is brawl. I know you see the Phoenix, but like this is just straight brawl.
Although Sninkers coming up with that. Ensong Inferno, no, Jolly has taken him out. That was a
okay, but Jeff is actually good in pro because you can abuse the Deadpool and Venom team ups. You have 2 mini ultimates. That's why Jeff is so good. You have 2 mini ults.
Are kind of not fighting for too much more. They're taking their wins where they get them.
We'll see a couple of ults going back and forth between both teams as well. Now the initial KO will go in favor of NRG Shock. So this is the break that they so desperately needed here. The first time we're seeing Rogue.
No, Rogue was picked last week. But like FlyQuest, Vess is a really good rogue. He's probably one of the better rogues in Ignite right now. I love this. I love the FlyQuest comp that they run with Rogue. Rogue is just played as like a big duelist, right? Similar to Thor. But I think they like NRG lost to this in game 1, the domination map.
But at least gets 2 ultimates out. Now at the damage boost over the high ground window, what can you do in the middle of this fight as well? Can you follow up on Sninkers? Maybe Ken as well can have a big Raging Royal Flush aggressive play.
Ken has the Royal Flush. They just got to wipe here. Like, look, what do you do against this comp? They just run at you.
From FlyQuest to find those KOs and Melio.
I mean, that's one thing, right, Chris? They're trying to outcycle, but if you remember, the Rogue team-up gives, like, healing per hit once you activate it. So what they do is they'll activate the team-ups, because, like, a lot of teams will prioritize Gambit plus Rogue Magneto, and they'll just run at you with the team-ups. You just become this big meatball of brawl, and they can't really do much about it. I mean, you just saw what happened to fucking NRG.
Really a struggling situation as they tried to push the cart through. And I thought that maybe, just maybe, they were able to do enough on that second push through, but FlyQuest just always had the answer. And one thing I noticed in particular from FlyQuest was the strategists were doing so well at covering each
kinetic explosions that damages enemies and heals your allies. So it's even more healing on top.
And just having the
it's too disgusting.
The amount of damage you can output as a White Fox whilst healing at the same time, it's so good to play alongside a White Fox. Personally, I enjoy it in ranked when I finally find someone who can actually...
Oh my god, that Discord server is not active. I need to take that out of the bots. Hold on. Nightbot. That is not an active Discord.
It's very interesting, man, because, like, I don't know. Like, I'm starting to have questions about, the Phoenix stuff potentially for Energy Shock. Like, I feel like in the ban phase, based on how it's gone... I mean, the Daredevil gets banned against him too. Like, we saw the Psylocks before pop off with the damage boost of the Mantis and stuff, and that also went through, and we tried running it.
What the hell is that command?
Too. Like, maybe they just want to run it to counter the overhealth and stuff, but damn. I mean, considering what we've seen out of Stinkers on the Psylocke and stuff too, I don't know. Very unique, very interesting take from Energy Shock. Whereas, I don't know, maybe like other teams, they could try to play something else. Portal play early for FlyQuest, though, as they want to flip the map, it looks like, for now.
There we go.
Initial portal, get behind them. And Jolly just being patient. Gonna switch over. Love that. Okay, so get the initial
I love the swap.
Now you go over to the Venom, and now you can really try and be a nuisance on that back line.
They're gonna crunch. Jolly's gonna crunch NRG right now. They're kind of on an island here. Oh, what is Melio? Did he get pulled? Oh, Vest got velocity though. They traded. But Chime is taking Tuesday out. Nice. Wow, that was yo. If Velocity pulled Melio, that's a really good kill. I wish we caught that.
First KO. Now that's a minute off the clock here, off of an excellent play by the Vanguards and Stinkers.
So attempt 1 unsuccessful, and a switch over instantly from Jolly over towards Hulk now. They don't feel like the Venom is actually going to be able to do the job. Instead, they're going to have to go a little bit more.
Jolly's just going to go on Hulk.
And take an energy shock to their face value here. Sometimes it's not as easy just to jump on that back line. And Jolly has been able to at least get round, and it does open up a little bit of space. We're trying to get behind and deal some damage as well. Energy shock, though, do have responses.
Nice. They got time. Stinkers is still alive, though, guys. Stinkers is still alive. You don't like this map, Chris? I like this map, but I think a lot of people don't like it because of how janky it can be sometimes. I like this map. I kind of wish they reworked it, though. There's definitely some parts where they need to rework.
They just want to hard engage, and it's just not panned out for them so far, guys.
First point is very defender-sided, I agree. Yeah. You essentially have to take that back end over there.
Deadpool skin, and I am all here for
oh, no, not that. Not that. Whoa. I wanted epic pen. I wanted epic pen.
Contact with the shield as well to try and block the damage and keep your strategists alive. But look how hard these strategists are working at the moment. They are really going up against it with the amount of damage we're seeing output by FlyQuest, but they still have not been able to break.
Yeah, I think I think that middle area in point 2, that building, I don't like that building. I think that building needs to change. They need to do something about it.
Velocities goes low, and Song Inferno coming in from Chime, and Renko's keeping everybody healthy, but not really. Because Chime's ultimate, sadly, was just more to save himself.
Ooh, nice block! Nice block with the bubble, Jolly! Oh, he's won!
1v1 now. Oh my goodness, he goes down. Jolly falls. But they've gotten two.
They're gonna recontest. They're gonna recontest.
Anybody touch, right? It's slowly going in the way of the attacker's side. Invisible bounces the wall from Velocity? That I don't think I've seen that. That's very interesting.
Oh, to get it over the wall from the backside? Is that what he did? Yo, that's a heads-up play.
We're starting to see something develop here.
Whoa, did he invis ult behind the wall so they can get half of it on point? Oh, that's actually not a bad play.
The answer is going to be no. They do get that point, but they use.
Wow, 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 wow.
This is wild. An absolute mess.
Wait a minute. Dude, Velocity kind of on something, bro.
Didn't work out, sadly, for FlyQuest, NRG, as they're sent back to spawn. We have 3 minutes in the second phase, Gask. What are you seeing here going to the second phase of the map? FlyQuest, I mean, they're starting to get a little bit of momentum back on their side, right?
Well, realistically, they're only going to need to win one big fight and one big engagement, considering how far NRG Shock were able to push this cart. So FlyQuest, if they can just slowly teeter their way up with a lot of poke damage.
Jolly has ult. He can actually be a menace here.
They're going to create a little bit of space, and then eventually, when the fight's happen and you break in, this is
yeah, they're going to try to buy as much space as possible. And look, they're going to dive in, and then they have Mega Hulk. They have Mega Hulk, bro.
Down early, Jolly just able to kind of do what he wants. Nice jump from him in this fight. Tuesday gets traded out, sure, but close spawns doesn't really matter as long as you're not in Bruce Banner form. I mean, he's peeled off excellently for other fights. Window tries to trade at the very least, but it's not going to result in anything. Another fight waiting for FlyQuest, and they still are building up to some ults for the upcoming ones.
And that's the thing. We saw what.
That's good. That was good from them. That was good from them.
Abundance of ultimates available.
I like how they played that dive. They essentially. Oh, Melio!
Out of the sky. And now they're going to have that player advantage. Energy Shock have to try and hold here.
Oh, look at this aggressive. Yo, Melio, who do you feel like right now?
Going to be pushed upon. Zealous gets another one. Energy Shock struggling here, Dogman.
Uh-oh. Okay, Chime takes down Zealous.
Who was going really aggressive on White Box to spawn, but that's kind of what you got to do on the character sometimes.
Wait, guys, the cart!
Nobody touches in FlyQuest. They have looked completely different today.
2-0 from FlyQuest. Yo, that's a huge upset.
Fans of FlyQuest rejoice. It is not all done and dusted yet. Remember, this was a must-win.
They had to win this game. Yes, Gaskin. They had to win this game. Yeah, and Vest. I mean, Vest, that guy is insane, bro. You gave him Rogue 2 games in a row. Why are you giving him Rogue 2 games in a row?
But what does this mean for NRG Shock? It also puts them potentially in that danger zone, the elimination area of not making playoffs as well. The whole table gets kind of shooken up here by FlyQuest here, Dogman.
That was not survival, man. That was a statement right there. And I got to say, it's like when you find out who you are, right? Obviously, you're not always going to find ways to adjust.
10 finals by Rogue, by the way. 10 finals by Rogue, by the way.
And so FlyQuest definitely win a must-win here. And when you looked at what they had left to get the must-2 wins, dog, it was NRG and Swamp Gaming. Obviously, to take down a team that hasn't lost in Swamp is going to be tough. But what a way to get right and get some confidence, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you guys
tune-up game, not tune-up game, but
a lot. And I gotta be honest. I mean, I know it's definitely we got to give all the shine to FlyQuest, and they're playing to their strengths very well. Like Vess as well on the Rogue, just able to play that hero to such a high level. We picked it up early on that character's release. I think he's been great, obviously, but on the opposite side for Energy Shock, man, like they didn't play to their strengths. I don't know. Like we get the Deadpool ban against us. We have the Mantis Protect that we went for. I get the pace of plays a lot because they're going to have the Gambit and stuff.
Let's catch up here.
But I don't know, man. I would love to see him play that Stinker sidewalk like he's been before. And
yeah, we just got to catch up.
He made some plays, don't get me wrong. But, man, that just felt like Energy Shock lost all semblance of, self.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but also just looking at you were having a triple strat lineup. You were putting a lot on Shime to then be a White Fox with the duelist against triple Vanguard, right? So then, like, that's so much, I think, responsibility on Stinker's end, whether he was a wolf or whatever he was trying to be, and on Shime, and that already struggles against, more classic lineups. And so I think it was just also just a match issue of what the game plan was going in, Gaskin. At least that's what I saw.
I think that ultimately we have to give credit where it's due, and for me, it's Melio. I think that even though the damage output was very impressive on the other side, Chime impressed me, Stinkers impressed me as well as duelists, but Melio, it was the impact he had of the actual KOs he was able to find. In particular, that one at the end, if you needed a demonstration of it, it was just being able to pick that initial player, and then it just gives so much freedom to the rest of the team. And I do
big upset, guys. That was a big upset. I really, really, really like that.
With their damage.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's a great point. And we actually kind of said that, dog, going in. I was like, they were all in the dive comp, and that was a lot of their strategy. And before we led into this series, I said, do you think they adapt out of the Melio, Daredevil, which was doing some good things, but also the coordination, was a little messy. But listen, now we have this Phoenix into Vest picking up the whatever is left out there. It looked to me like I think the duelist change was huge to help with the effort.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they mixed up their play style. They played around it well. And it's, as you mentioned, switching over to the Phoenix with Melio was great.
Well, guys, we have an interview, and is one, the only, they call it Vest Quest at times. It is our man, Vest, and we're glad to welcome you to the Winters interview and your first Winters interview at that. Welcome in, Vest. What's up, King? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys, too.
Dude. Listen, I got to say first, all right, you're coming off of 0-3. You got a very dominant win. And I want to just say, is this, for you guys, take me inside that turnaround, right? Did this moment build confidence? Was it already there? I mean, obviously, a lot has been said about this FlyQuest team, and I want to know how you guys as a team are feeling.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, after starting 0-3, that doesn't feel great, but that kind of removed all expectations and, we're already down 0-3. Like, can it really get much worse? So we just kind of sent it, and it worked out today.
Hey, man. I mean, I love that. I mean, I think obviously, you've been here before. FlyQuest has been here before as well. I mean, even going back to last year in some of these openings. And so what I want to ask from you too is I love what you put on social media. When people are looking at individuals, you say, no, we win and we lose as a team. Buddy, I think that's so important. I want to give you a chance to kind of highlight that because I think you guys showed it here today. Win or lose, but today being a win as a team.
Yeah, I agree. I think, especially on our
best rogue right here, guys.
Kind of just pick
best
one
rogue.
person that did bad and it wasn't even the same person every time. Like they'd just kind of switch it around. But yeah, I mean, like it's a team game. It's not just individual performance. Like even if somebody does bad one game, they can like hard carry the next game and do great. And like everyone just stepped up today, and everyone did really well. I think we played as a team today really well, and that's why we won.
Yeah, absolutely. Invest. I think for you guys, obviously moving forward, a huge win first of all to keep alive in this group. But I mean, like, how does that what does that mean for the rest of these games? Like, do you feel like you guys are getting better as you go on? You know, are the players getting more like used to the ping and stuff? Like, how's that dynamic been? I think week after week of these guys getting used to the current kind of playing condition. I guess like the whole team for FlyQuest.
I mean, we've already been playing for a while, so it's not really like a ping thing. I think most of it is just we're kind of slow on learning the meta and being able to adapt to it.
I do like that they're playing that triple though. Like that is their thing, right? They're gonna run that triple every time.
And so we're kind of slow, like adapting to that. But as we get more time, I mean, I think we're scrimming probably more than most other teams. Like even on match days like today, we still had like regular scrims and then we had our warm up. So we're just playing a lot, trying to figure things out and like really lock in.
And I mean, you're going to need to lock in because your last matchup is going to be against Swamp Gaming, who have been, you know, unbeatable thus far. It's very difficult for anyone to find a weakness. What's preparation going to look like going into a matchup that is essentially a must-win for you guys? Otherwise, you'll be eliminated.
I mean, we're going to keep doing the same thing. We're going to just look at their games, try to figure out like what we want to do in drafts, what we want to play, what we want them to play, like how we're going to play against that.
Okay.
We're just going to do the same thing that we did today. We're just going to play as a team, play our best, and hopefully we beat them.
It's a nice apartment Vest is in, bro.
Man. Well, listen, I mean, we said from the beginning it wasn't a talent issue. We know what you guys have. We know who you are, man. And again, so fun to see you just mature in this scene more and more. I mean, all together. Can you let me in on this? Are we going to see Fly all together in a in one building, moving into maybe stage 1 or anything like that?
Hopefully.
You know of that
yeah,
yet?
That would. Yeah, if yeah, I mean, Fly would fly everyone out for sure for like the main stages. We would all be like on LAN. So yeah.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Well, we're excited to see you guys, and always good. Always good to see you, bud. Always good to see you and continue to see you.
That was an interesting question.
We're rooting for you guys and proud of the way that you guys hold yourself. So good luck out there. You got a big one. You got a big match next with Swamp Gaming, and you can definitely, you're not NRG shock, but you could shock the world by winning that one. So good luck to you guys prepping for that.
Shock. All right, Cozy.
It's always nice seeing you guys out here too.
Okay, Cozy. Okay.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that is Mr. Vest with the FlyQuest, and Dog, you know, I gotta give him a lot of credit, right? His essentially outside of Zelos, like the whole team is different, right? And I think a lot of people, you know, were looking at him like, oh, you know, why don't you choose another org? Where'd you go? And he stuck with FlyQuest in the best way possible, and he believes in this team, and it was cool to see that all come together.
Yeah, he is, as some would meme, you know, John FlyQuest, right? Like he's just been there, the young gun, kind of working it out, and
John FlyQuest is crazy.
Continue to do so as long as he's with.
He's John FlyQuest, guys.
Huge shout out to, like you said, and after all those changes too, we'll see if they can do it, man. I mean, if anybody can't do it and beat Swamp Gaming, even despite the start, like,
dude, if Fly comes out of this week beating NRG and Swamp, no, like what is America's at that point?
The toughest teams or the easier
if Fly beats Swamp, then it 100% makes it so that Team Liquid Citadel is the best team in the region. If Swamp loses to Fly, I don't know. That's crazy.
It's just been 2-0. We're maybe gonna have a 2-1. We'll see. Anyway, we're gonna be back after this break. Don't go anywhere. We got one left.
Okay, I'm gonna try to run ads here. If their break is okay, it's a 5-minute break. So I will run a 3-minute so we get no more pre-rolls for the rest. Guys, I don't want any more pre-rolls here. I can't see it. It might happen. You never know. You never know. Okay, go to the bathroom. Do what you need to do. Go get some food. I'm going to run a 3-minute ad break. And we're going to come back here. Oh. All right, YouTube. Okay. Stop. Ah. Okay, let's see what Joshido's been shit posting, bro. I already know. He's just fiending. This is a good one. Okay. I'm fucking with this one. This is funny. This is funny. This part's not funny, but this is he should have used the PG, the Paul George. He should have used the Paul George.
Hey, let's get this thing out of here, man.
Joshido's the best shit poster. Joshido's the best shit poster, guys. Hands down. Yes, Vaudable. Yes. Give Rogue to the best Rogue. Dude, me and Spark Chief on the same. Like, we gave Rogue to the best Rogue. Okay, I just want to see. I just want to see Marvel Rivals memes, guys. What the hell? What is this? What is this? All right, bro. My timeline's cooked. I hate this. My timeline is so cooked. My timeline is so cooked. Fantastic. I did not buy this skin. I did not buy this skin, guys. I did not buy this skin. We buying another skin. Nightmare Lunex has the possibility to become a 3-game banger. I will say that. Nightmare Lunex does have the possibility to be a 3-game banger. Don't get it twisted, guys.
What is going on, guys, and welcome to our last matchup of today. And
what was that delay? What was that delay?
What
was that delay?
You've got Nightmare versus Lunex Gaming, and it's anything but a Snorefest because let me tell you, Nightmare, they've taken a game off SSG, they've taken a game off Yeah We Lost, they've looked the part in some ways, but the scoreboard is showing otherwise, 0-2, right? On the other end, Lunex Gaming, kind of the same deal. They've been close in a lot of their games, but right now, a lot of teams are saying, it's a bit of an easier team to beat. So we need to now see these two go up against each other. When your back's against the wall, Gaskin, it means you have nothing but to come out swinging. So what do you expect to see here?
Yeah, I think that just looking at how comfortable Nightmare have been in some of their matches, they've shown a little bit more promise on the other side to Lunex. So I do think that Nightmare are the favorites.
This is Light's
going
team,
into it.
guys.
That being said, we're always here for surprises, right? Lunex might be able to pull something out that win.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Trick up their sleeve that they can pull out as well, but looking across the picks and bans for both teams, like statistically, Nightmare, I think, have done a little bit better in their picks and bans. So I think they should be comfortable to win this one. But as I said, I'm ready to be surprised.
I mean, listen,
Dogman is casting Mace again.
So we might see them today. Light, obviously, coming back into the scene.
Dogman's gonna cast Mace again.
Gonna put in the practice, Dogman. It was gonna
Dogman's gonna cast.
Prep for this next week. Vision, though, being a core anchor of the duelist department, that is Nightmare.
Yeah, this team definitely, like Gaskin, I mean, they've shown a lot of promise, especially considering how SSG's played. You know, and I'm excited to see them. Like, at the end of the day, that's all there is to say. Like, I think, you know, Mace was doubling down on social media. He was going around the block, and fair play, honestly. Like, I think, first of all, I just, like, full transparency, watched back the Nightmare game, and I was like, okay, it wasn't just Mace that had a tough game. It was the entire team. You know, I think it was definitely talked about too much, necessarily, but in that regard, Mace has been going around in chats and Twitch chats and stuff saying, Dogman, you're going to sit back and observe this game. You learn to sit back and observe is what he said.
Learn to sit back and observe.
Watch them versus Lunex, another team trying to make out of the lower bracket, lower side, and all eyes are on Nightmare and Mace.
Gaskin, I am maybe pulling for Nightmare just to watch.
I like how Dogman is playing it up, though. I fuck with that.
Lunex Gaming, and again, I want to highlight a lot of these players because they are so fun to watch. You have Iffy and Tones that have been playing together in multiple teams, even going back over to previous stage 2 and 1 of Ignite. Redis might be in conversation, top 3 easily in the Elsa department, and we have to see how he adjusts. But Gaskin, they have so much talent across this team, even coming from the MRC.
So much talent, indeed. I think that seeing teams come through from the MRC is such an amazing thing for the health of this game, by the way. And
yes, I agree. 100%.
A very successful level against teams that have been doing it for the past year. I think this is just the beginning of Lunex. So I think that, you know, preseason at the moment, if they lose this one, sure, it hasn't gone so well, but it's preseason for a reason. It's a chance to learn. It's a chance to improve. I think that one thing they've struggled at is just surviving some of these fights. Their sustain hasn't been as good as other squads, but I think that's natural. That comes with experience. We heard it from the interview earlier from SG. It's about discipline. Discipline is absolutely everything in MarvelRivals at the moment, and some teams are just a little bit more disciplined than others. But again, that is something you learn through more games.
Yeah, and I think, Dog, it's also about getting the reps in. I mean, even Swamp was saying, hey, like when we first got into things, it was our first time in the big limelight, whatnot. I mean, if you kind of look at it, I think the fundamentals are definitely there for Lunex. They made even TLC. Liquid, we've been, you know, praising them so much. Day one, Liquid was kind of, they struggled a bit here against Lunex Gaming. So they definitely have a lot of the intangibles, right? But it's kind of more of the pro stuff, right? Like the VOD review and getting the bans and picks perfect like that.
Oh, God, hell's heaven. Why hell's heaven, bro?
Team that can compete.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Lunex are a solid squad, and you know, even in losses, they took a map off of it's a round rather on when we were on domination. And Hell's Heaven, I think it's gonna be tough though, because like even if Lunex are good on domination, this is Nightmare's best map type. Like I'm not worried about Nightmare on domination really. It's just when we go to convergence and combo, and it goes back to what you talked about, Cozy, where you know, as a MRC team, is Lunex, like, how good is their coaching staff compared to all the other squads? I've seen people on social media talking about how there's not a ton of really good coaches in North America. You know, even in this esport in general, it's very hard to not only be a leader of men, like a lot of good coaches are, but also understand high-level strategy of the game. So those two things are very hard to...
All right, I'm gonna put my hat in the shitposting ring for a little bit, guys.
See if Lunex can do it against Nightmare on the first map.
Yeah, a lot of good coaches are just going to be players at the end of the day, right? It takes that skill set a lot of the time. But, guys, this is our last matchup of today. We have Lunex Gaming versus Nightmare. It is must-win, and Gaskin and Dogman at the line to bring it all in.
Ahsoka!
Yes, we'll go through the ban phase, obviously, but...
You're lurking! All right, don't. Nobody pay attention. Ahsoka's here. Nobody pay attention, guys. Nobody pay attention.
The game on the other side, but, like,
Okay, look at the ban phase. We're gonna go into the draft screen.
In esports that you've seen, or
Do a flip.
For coaches. Who have you seen be like the best? Is it a mixed ex-players?
Drop
Just really,
drop
nerds?
20 gifted right now.
Overall
I'll do a
opinion on,
flip.
like,
I don't think
who's
I'll
the
do a
best
flip,
coaches,
actually.
I guess.
I will not do a
think
flip
it
for
is
20
the stat
gifted.
nerds, those who are prepared to put into the time and look at the things that perhaps are overseen by
Do not do that.
players. At times,
Do not do
players
that.
do make good coaches as well, but sometimes diving into the numbers and the statistics can be absolutely massive. For example, Nightmare, the one match.
I said don't do that. I said don't do that. I said don't. Oh, you gave it to my favorite person. No, flip it. No. No, now flip. No!
What should we be trying to remove from them? Where was their strengths and where were their weaknesses? So hopefully Lunex have been able to put in that time. As you can see, both Van Pools getting removed. What seems to be traditional on that 4th pick that we've seen thus far today. And Elsa is going to be protected on the side of Lunex. So real question is, would you rather have Lunex? Would you rather have Elsa, or would you rather have Gambit? Because that has been the big question of the day. Ultron also going to be protected here on the side of Lunex. So
A little bit of
we're going to see the triple strategist alongside.
Yeah, that looks like that will be the play. But yeah, both these teams, it's interesting because it's like you said, both their strengths are actually domination. As
We need draft music. Why do we not have draft music?
A lot of these teams so far have been prioritizing the invis. Nobody touching the White Fox so far, by the way. So that's been something to keep your eye
Ultron
out on.
prio for Lunex,
But
though.
like, yeah, focusing on that.
I like
Gambit,
that.
Focusing on the invis, keeping it alive for Nightmare. Both these teams, I mean, even though
Lunex Elsa is
well,
interesting.
on Krakoa,
So Nightmare are going to go for the Gambit trade.
when we talk
They're going to
about
get
dominations,
the Gambit and the Star-Lord, but not the Gambit Rogue.
throughout, they've even,
It's a good ban from Lunex. I like that.
lost a notoriously solid team on that map type.
Obviously, the Loki has to go as well.
SSG and stuff.
Loki is available for Lunex, but I don't think Loki's going to run it.
See kind of
Yeah,
who
this
comes out on top
sounds like
both
this
these
looks
sides.
like exactly what Lunex is going to run here.
Well on domination. And that's kind of been the
Light's
takeaway,
not playing
I feel like,
Magic.
for a lot of
He's
these
trolling.
SSC teams. Very good on domination, and they've struggled a bit on convoy convergence. We'll see if that's changed. But this is the last game of the day, Gask, as we enter this second week where things are kind of coming down to the last few matches. Group A, every team except 2 have only 1 win, and then like same thing except for Group B, we have a few like top heavy teams, I guess. Like this is going to be an interesting group, as this match definitely means a lot, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, it feels
Ooh,
do or
map
die
differential
with
matters
matches,
too,
because
guys.
if you find
Map
yourself
differential
at
is
0
important.
and 4, like there's a chance that results can go elsewhere and maybe you scrape through, but you don't want to be relying.
Wow,
on
I'm a
someone else
sub.
losing
Wow.
that's probably better than them as well.
Thanks for the
So
gifted
you wanna put it
sub.
in your own hands here. And I do think that Nightmare will be pretty happy with how that pick ban phase went previously. they
Yo.
had protected their Daredevil. And the fact that Daredevil has slipped through here means they do have that as a potential option if they would like.
Oh, they're gonna go. Nightmare's going. Oh, they're just going triple. Disgusting.
It's domination. This is where we're gonna see really who wants.
Wonder if Regis is just gonna pop off with Elsa though.
Try and say that, look, we are good enough to get to playoffs.
Look, Steven, Ultron's being played in pro play. You don't have an excuse anymore.
Flying above all, trying to get off maps. By the way, Nightmare kind of split with Monster on the height. Same thing with Lunex, right? They set up Tones and Silent on this flank. Kind of Captain America, White Fox, tandem dive. This time it's going to be the
Goodbye! Goodbye! Goodbye!
By the way, that's a very fast KO. Tones also falls, so immediately both Vanguards removed for Lunex. That's fight win. Nice job from Mason Nightmare.
Well, Mace said sit back and observe, and Mace is flying around, making a very difficult day for Lunex at the moment because they have been forced back to spawn. Nightmare should be able to put some good percentage on the board here, and Lunex, maybe try and go for a little bit on that right-hand side. Captain America leading the way, but I don't think they're going to be able to get away with it. Lunex got spotted out by Nightmare, and now Nightmare forcing their way.
Oh, goodbye. Wait, Tones is back capping though.
Tones back towards the cap. The funny thing, a little bit of after Mace said, sit back and observe. If you said Mace is not going to win today, and now if he's down 2. Casualty sadly for him, but at the moment it's been tough because every time they walk in, Nightmare's just there to follow up, and the invis ban is really ruining the side of Lunex as they have no way to peel off these grabs, and they're not really being reacted to.
It's a good drone. It's a good drone placement from Tico, but I mean, like, how does Lunex walk in? They just like have to pray.
Here we are on the outside, immediately met by Dinks in his Raging World Rush.
Yeah, like this triple comp where Mace is just playing like a flying duelist. What do you do?
Yeah, I think there might be a healing issue here for Lunex. The fact that the Vanguards are being taken down so comfortably on the side of Nightmare.
What?
And it's just going to be an issue now where Nightmare are going to be able to grab 2, you'd think. But as I say that...
Goodbye. Oh, okay. He's fine. No, he's dead.
Dash into the wall. Poor Dinks, man. He's not having a good week. But, you know, Light gets traded out on the backside, who's on Psylocke now, by the way. And 20% on the board, ready to go. I feel like it was kind of what you said. It was like kind of a free fight win. Now it's gotten a little bit dicey. Pulled in. Now Skier has to back up. Ultron's right here. When do they want to use that invisible boundary, if at all? Dinks is back. Here comes Monster. Does have the already go.
Light takes Tico out. Yo, this triple comp from Lunex is not it. I'm sorry. I'm not loving it. I don't think they're just executing correctly on it. I wonder if the answer to beat Elsa is just 3 fat fucks. Like, low-key, it's just 3 tanks.
Right into Light after the dance of the butterflies. No KO found. The clap, the sort of patty cake on the right side sort of gave them a huge edge. Now,
oh, whoa, wow. How does Mace get out of there? How does Mace get out of there, guys?
Freedom charge to keep him healthy from Tones. Now they want to walk on forward. They also layer that on top of the White Fox ultimate, but KOs have yet to be found. Nightmare backs up for now.
Boom! What a cool gun! Elephant gun, 1.2% of your max health. Yeah! Wow! Yeah!
To try and keep up with
Anyways.
a lot of the Vanguards in particular. Didn't really know who to protect and where to go, but Lunex will eventually force Nightmare off.
I mean, surely they just get Dance to the Butterfly and they just wipe them once and they just take this map. Or they take this sub-map.
A little bit hesitant, and maybe for good reason. It wasn't overtime, so they were probably a little bit worried about...
Ooh, that was a nice right-click from Iffy. The Glortrox! The Glortrox, guys! Wow! Glortrox! Glortrox!
Nightmare having to reset.
This was kind of the sort of main takeaway I had from Nightmare's matches. By the way, as Regis goes aggressive to get a little bit more ult charge. Like, they just kind of keep not ult tracking that well. And it's just, it's been tough for them as a unit, right? I feel like 3 people getting hit by Glortrox in just a raw fight is a bit crazy. But for Nightmare, they still have ultimates, right? They can still walk back into this. The Strats, you know, have to use the ultimates in this upcoming fight. Lunex still don't have anything. So, nice pull onto Iffy. Great work from Vanguard line to bring him back to the squad as they use a Raging Royal Flush to go aggressive towards Logan and Tico. They're forced all the way away. Vision goes too far forward. He goes down to Redis. We have ult advantage. And we still find kills or KOs at the very least towards the point. But this is, as you mentioned, Gas, very messy.
Overtime, guys. I'm surprised he got the TP off with Angela in the game, but... Oh, okay, he's fine. Oh, they didn't touch! They didn't touch!
And Nightmare are able to just squeak this one away from Lunex when surely you would have expected someone to touch.
Wow. Oh, my God. This is a fun one, Gask. I think we're in for a treat for sure. Like a lot of people were, you know, maybe speculating the, you know, how high level of a match this would be. But I think based on what we saw out of SSG, you know, Nightmare were playing against a good team. For Lunex, they've fought competitive so far, and man, just nobody touching the point like you said, dude. That's brutal, but also understandable considering they don't have anything to peel off these Angela spears.
But again, just even letting it get to that point in overtime, there was a chance earlier for Lunex when they had got one member of Nightmare down, and they didn't really press their advantage. They kind of hesitated, allowed Nightmare to regroup, and they did win the fight in the end, but those minor seconds lost come back to bite you in the backside a little bit later on. These just a few seconds can be the difference of actually surviving and getting a potential touch later on when in overtime. So maybe a little lesson learned there for Lunex about just capitalizing on some...
Dinks is swapping too? Okay.
But, you know, they're not out of it just yet. It's only the first round.
You know, I like that Nightmare's League trying to play towards their strengths, putting Light onto the Psylocke and stuff, playing a little bit more proactive. You know, even if they don't want to play the Daredevil that big bit through for them. We'll see what they want to do in this upcoming fight, right? You do have that piece of the Abyss ready to go. They go in aggressively with the Dance of the Butterfly.
Oh, wow. They instantly ult.
At least they got out the dance floor, but now they can come in afterwards. Here comes the Feast of the Abyss. Disengaged in the meanwhile. Monster just sort of backs up to the team. Logan goes down. Glortrox gets nothing. Unfortunately, is going to be hungry for the rest of this round as the counter Glortrox comes through. So it's at least 1-for-1 on that angle. And Lunex, the Captain America charge is not going to get anything. Nightmare win the fight.
Yeah, that's a couple of ultimates that have gone to waste for Lunex, and Nightmare will capitalize and take full advantage. And look at the pushback as well. Forcing back to spawn, just seeing if they can maybe get one extra on that feed to just make sure they can stagger a couple of spawns, but now they realize they have to back off. You don't really want to take the fight here. You want to move out and get into a bit more of a safe area that you can work with. Mace is going to have ultimate available as well, does Dinks. So really, Nightmare should win this engagement if Dinks times is correct.
Oh my, Ritas, nice shot on the light though. That removes them. Regardless, your triple Vanguard.
This is good. This is good. I don't hate this. I don't hate this. This is a good fight from Nightmare. I mean, they also swapped, Mace swapped to the Emma. They're running this triple comp. Like, this might be the team comp to use. We might see more of this in day 2 and day 3.
Cooldown, staying alive. You have Monster setting up for the dive on the backside. Tico does have Ultron's Rage available. But will they be able to find any? Monster just absorbing so much damage.
Yeah, and he's out.
Really any
Monster.
due to Lunex's composition, kind of Ultron's Rage committed by Tico. Vision here with
The door is closing, guys.
Flush. Doesn't though in this case. He's just tracked down by Mace. Iffy as well with the map moving. Can't really escape Mace's grasp, and Glortrox on the backside sounds like it didn't really get much, but silently gets pulled down by Mace, who's trying to do everything by himself in the main side. As the invisible boundary is here, Iffy gets stuffed into a corner, into a wall, but he's actually the one to get the better of it. So kind of what you talked about earlier. This fight is multiple different sections.
Yeah, it's a multi-level fight, guys.
Iffy with that shield to block off the healing of the Vanguards in terms of vision. Nightmare sent back.
It's just the amount of time that Nightmare were able to score whilst Lunex were taking that fight from various different angles as well. Skia was waiting with that invisible boundary for quite some time as a defensive move just to delay. And it means that they put 78% on the board. And this fight is kind of still happening, even after the capture. Nightmare backed off. They didn't want to overcommit. They didn't want to make sure that too much time went in favor of Lunex. And now they start to press. And now they do have a couple of ultimates available. Dinks again has Raging Royal Flush. Will pop it here as Nightmare, the Freedom Charge comes through from Lunex. And it is going to be a straight brawl that's happening. But Vision will get the opener.
Yeah, triple tap too far forward. Now here comes the dance of the butterflies to capitalize off of the positioning, and there's nothing else for Lunex. Nice job by Nightmare to re-engage to the fight. Didn't even have to use that much. Tico here.
Wow, Nightmare is actually playing really well right now.
As long as possible, but he's going to be sent back to spawn. 85% of the board. Portal's going to have to come from Tones. Is there going to be CC to stop?
Are they going to be able to get him?
Just waiting for Tico off spawn, and now the portal can come through. 92%, so it is a last-ditch attempt. They dive through. There is going to be players there and waiting. Both Monster and Mace have ultimates to use if they would like to. Redis also has them if you're going to pop theirs as well. So now Lunex are going to be able to use this damage effectively. Logan gets the opener onto Light, so this is going to be their chance.
Ooh, Redis!
My goodness, Redis. Just nice job on the right side. Just get everybody in it. Basically 3. Huge follow-up there.
Wow, what a apex. You know, what a apex. Holy.
Aware of that. Didn't really use much gas. I mean, such a huge ult advantage. How does Lunex potentially win this one?
Yeah, Nightmare's gonna cook him right now. I mean, Silent has to get like a massive eat, right?
Now Nightmare are gonna have 3 to work with, make it 4. Vision's about to get Meteor M available as well. And we've already seen how dangerous it can be when these teams have 4 to 5 ultimates available. You just kind of slap everything, everyone presses their ult button, and it's usually GG. So Lunex are going to have to do a lot to try and survive. Maybe eyes on Jeff here. If we can see a big Jeff ult, potentially you can disrupt things, but there's going to be a lot of pressure.
Yeah, a lot of pressure indeed, for sure. Maybe in this meatball that's surely going to come down from the sky. Mace opens it up.
Ooh.
Down these Vanguards at least. Doesn't connect on anybody, but at least presses everybody off for now. Does get Tones. Beast of the Abyss is there. Double pop.
Tones is dead.
Tones does go down, but traded. Nice.
No, Redis. Can Redis be the hero?
The Vanguard of Monster, who's surely going to switch maybe to the Doctor Strange if need be. Regardless, Dinks pops out the Raging Royal Flush. Does there any counter on the opposite side? It's Logan with the dance floor. But if he goes down to Visions, even through that, it's just a little bit too late now.
Yeah, I didn't catch him.
To connect big with a big Redis ultimate silent plays with the Jeff.
Oh!
He's gonna get dunked on. Goodbye. See you later, Visions. Connect.
Vision.
Now on the flank, you do connect with the Redis ult. Are you kidding? What the hell was that, Redis? Tico comes through.
No, Redis is going crazy. Redis should not be allowed to have Elsa. What? Nobody can touch. Nobody can touch. They're going to send it to submap 3.
He doesn't touch. He saves his stats. We're going 1-1 to the 3rd round.
Redis and Elsa Bloodstone take a bow.
No. Dude, Nightmare had 4 ults to 1. They even dunked Jeff. It's just the fucking Apex Predator, bro.
Was perfectly timed by the way, from Vision. But Lunex, they never say die. Every single time that you think that Nightmare are going to be able to close this one out, Lunex just has a little bit of something left up their sleeve. And that's what I was saying.
No. What if Lunex wins this? Why? Nightmare is tilted. No, if Lunex win this, Nightmare is like perma-tilted. Nightmare gets perma-tilted if Lunex wins this.
Into Ignite as we get to see some of these teams who have grinded their way through and now find themselves at the very top of competition, and they don't look out of place.
100% on the mark there, Gas. Like, this is a banger so far. I mean, I love the bloodthirsty strategist play and the aggressive supports that have kind of just been happening. But I'd love if both strat players on either side would just preserve their life a little bit more, slow it down. It's like you said, I mean, maybe Silent Blaze going down to the Meteor M saves Redis to go for that. So, I mean, just back and forth, back and forth. We're entering the last round in the very first map. Both these teams, by the way, it's as you talked about earlier, very good on domination, right?
Very good indeed. I mean, will the comfort shift a little bit when we move over afterwards to Convoy potentially? But right now we can only focus on what is happening right in front of our very eyes. You can see Light and Skier are going to have ults available for
Okay, Light has Dance of the Butterfly.
The initial damage to press back the enemies onto Nightmare, but no one is really there to do the damage at the moment. Redis
takes him down!
And especially before that ultimate push.
No. Okay, 2 for 2, but supports are down for Nightmare.
Oh, traded though from Light. I mean, there's
it's not enough.
Everybody's still kind of weak because of the strats going down early, but it's just on Redis.
Oh.
Finds one. Vision uses cooldowns too. Still has Jeff. Finds another. Dashes around the corner. Does have those Jeff Sharks heals as well.
Yo, disgusting.
Point, but Redis is at tier 3 instinct. And just is able to kind of do whatever he wants, right? Just kind of dashes back towards team, incredibly low cooldown.
Look at that, man. Look at that. What is that?
Mesa's on the Angela now. So everybody's back in the
How many times did she dash, bro?
Is Redis still in control? The point, though, is Nightmare controlling it. Let's see if Redis hits a big ult, but Silent flank. Gay just going to go down immediately if he trades back Mace at the very least, so it's a 1-for-1. But that Jeff remove does move a ton of healing out of the fight. Same thing with that team up with the Venom. Now push out of the fight, though, even with the Gambit ultimate, is the side of Nightmare. But they're still in control of the objective this whole time.
Dude, 40% for a Nightmare.
Lunex have to back up.
Redis still holding on to Glotrox as well, not using it just yet, and it could be the difference maker.
Okay, Logan.
Rage of Ultron coming out, and Lunex are going to be able to try and push on this, but Meteor M on the counter now from Nightmare to try and do some damage of their own. But with 2 falling, Lunex have the advantage. Lunex will continue to push in.
Oh, what a well-played fight. They don't need any more ults.
A good amount of time from Nightmare.
4 ults. Guys, they can play these next fights pretty well. 4 ults. Most likely, Redis is going to pop out for another Apex. I wonder if they're going to combine Angela plus Venom.
Make it 5 with Silent Blaze also getting his onto Jeff. I mean, Lunex are in a fantastic position here right now.
Absolutely. And Light's going over to Star-Lord now to maybe get some advantage with this Gambit, just to get some, like, 1 fight win. That's all they really need to keep this going forward. But Lunex, right, like you said, they have so many old
guys.
They've held on to an absolute bank. And Ult Fortune, in this case, Mace just catches out 1, finds Redis. That's the target you need to remove, too. He had the Glartrox, sends him down to 1 instinct. Huge work from Mace.
Mace takes down Redis.
And with that, they're going to walk off after. I mean, there was a counter one by Iffy, by the way, onto the back. Maybe just the
we have no follow-up?
Venom? A little bit late, just not sitting. Silent Blaze gets 1 clipped. Nice work from Light in the sky. And people forget kind of Light was actually an incredibly good Star-Lord player back in the day. As Nightmare, they try to get this point back from Lunex, who commit the dance floor. They're going to keep staying out. They still have that Jeff ultimate, and there's no Vision ult on the other side, so maybe this could be...
Glartrox!
The ultimate early before Dinks even has the Gambit ultimate. Can he find the KOs on the inside angle? Here comes Monster, flapped against the other side. I mean, they're staggering on the inside angle due to everybody being here. Mace goes down to Redis, who comes back...
Yeah, but you don't want to be trapped in a building, bro, with Elsa who can just shotgun you. What is this?
It's still 5 versus 4.
Oh, that was a weird interaction.
These are such elongated fights, but all the meanwhile, Lunex are still scoring. It's basically Light versus Redis, who can kind of find that pick on the back line at the moment and deal that damage, and both of them are performing excellently.
Did he get anyone?
Will use it now, and that might just allow them to just generate a little bit of a pressure and force Nightmare back.
Oh, the dunk! From Vision! No, Vision! Vision, you can't do that. Vision!
Nightmare finally break here, and they will be able to get the point.
Yo, yo!
Rage Visions like reads it perfectly. Smacks
Beautiful.
I mean,
I like Nightmare. You like Nightmare, Gilu?
70% of the board. Looks like we're going for a portal play.
Monster goes crazy.
He's gonna go for the stun out of it if he is on it. Where's Mace? I need to see Mace POV, please, as we see that, stun in spawn on the portal. But they read it. They force Mace out for now. He's sent back. Where's the healing for him? That's there. Bubbles used. Portal play actually isn't there, though, because if he's back over to Angela, Visions.
Oh, Vision!
Falls 95% of the board. We're down 2 now for the side of Loon X without any.
Nightmare's gonna clutch it. Nightmare's gonna clutch it. They don't have the...
Gone now?
Lunex... No, Lunex doesn't have the ability to touch, right? Oh, they do.
They have done
What?
It. Just got to deal with now with the Angela. If he falls, I mean, who else is going to be here? Just Redis, right?
Oh, wow. Plus, Light watches my videos, so glad I showed up. Does Light actually watch your videos?
That was definitely one that keeps.
I didn't know Light watches your videos. That's cool.
Is the last, of course, match of the day. We wanted it to be at least a little bit closer. We've had
Always remember you're nice, kind, and respectful. What?
Far closer. I mean, 99s across the board. Again, very difficult to try and gain control for either team. Very impressed with Light, though. The switch over to Star-Lord, as you mentioned,
that's cool.
Seemed to be a bit of a comfort pick for him, and it did work out. Was kind of free for a lot of the time, just not being shot out of the sky, and then the Galactic Legend was able to deal a lot of damage when that came through.
Redis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Redis dropping 19 finals. I mean, the world was on his shoulders, though. That was a good...
I mean, this still, begs the question, after this one, go to Envoy and Convergence, who has the edge?
Dude, I wonder if...
Based on that one, there was a lot
I wonder if... Man, Light probably doesn't
he
watch my
just
videos.
kinda
Light
saw
probably
the
doesn't
mix
watch
with
my
up
videos.
At certain times, portal play comes through from spawn. It might have gotten CC'd. I'll have to look at that later.
I don't think Light
But
watches my
we
videos,
have
unfortunately.
still more to go. Nightmare up 1. They look to close out over Lou next. We'll see you guys after the short break.
That was good from Nightmare. I like the comp that they ran. The essentially triple tank, but running one of the tanks as a fat duelist. That low-key might be the counter to Elsa. Maybe. Just run 3 tanks. She can't kill all of them. All right, they're going to take this break. It's a 2-minute break. I'm going to go pee, and we might potentially get into the final match of the day between Nightmare and Lunex. Woo! All right, we back. Scarlet can, but nobody likes my queen.
What is going on, guys? And welcome back from a match that I think...
I don't know if Scarlet Witch counters Elsa.
What we've seen of them so far. I mean, pure chaos, as Scarlet Witch would put it. Lunex,
Oh, wow.
again,
Whoa, whoa. Whoa. That's weird. Whoa.
Nightmare, making it...
Cozy's in my
sweet dream
freaking
for them.
walls, bro.
Completely, I see a lot of C9s. Okay, listen, Mace, give that man his flowers. Huge Angela Spear 9 at the end to get the Doctor Strange off point for map 1 take. And then somehow they're able to come back and win that thing. They played perfect. I mean, if maybe not perfect. Okay, that's an overstatement. They played and adapted great. You know,
Cozy, they played perfect for Nightmare. That's what you got to. They played perfect for Team Nightmare. That's what you should have praised there. Yeah.
Hey, I'm giving Light and Mace flowers. They stepped it up. Light did a lot better on that Star-Lord pick. And for me, dog, all right, I want to say this. I think you had okay, we're going to give Rita the Elsa, and they were comfortable giving the Gambit over to Dinks. And, I think at first, I mean,
okay. Potentially final map here, guys. Potentially the final map here.
With that last map. What was the biggest difference maker to you, and who do you think is going to have to put the team outside of Ritas on their back for Lunex, dog?
I rely heavily on their vanguards right now. Like I mean, we talked about it.
We're going to museum. That's Lunex's pick. We're going to museum, by the way.
We have to talk about just like
Museum of Contemplation.
Right now, you talked about Ritas.
This is like our third museum today, right? Seems like a lot of people. Seems like a lot of teams like this map, which is a good thing. When a new map releases, you want like pro players or people to like play it and like it.
There are situations when, honestly,
the triple tank.
We have to take a look at that where they just had no like.
Yeah, maybe. I don't actually hate Scarlet in a triple. I guess.
So it's just Nightmare picking them apart right now, and
you just need that percent health though, like from Wolverine.
Make plays a little bit faster too. Maybe not have Silent Blaze get picked off by a flanking Magneto player. There's a lot to work on, I think, next match.
Yeah, Vision on Magneto saved that round, by the way, multiple times. Just like landing all of his shots and just finding the key picks.
Again, I'll do it myself. Goes in there, gets 3. It's crazy. But I think what we highlighted early on, the mechanical skill is there. We're seeing great things. Some fundamentals, though. I feel like on both teams, some ult tracking. I think you highlighted Dogman on Nightmare's side. Like, there's no reason Galartroxus should be getting that much value. But then on Lunex's
I feel bad for covering Gaskin's face.
Why even put yourself to that point? Angela Spearoff is going to end that match, right?
Bro, how long have we been streaming for? Like 6 hours, right? No, 5 maybe? Because I had to end the other stream because I got put into the frickin'
less messy because it was chaos, as you mentioned, pure chaos between both of these two teams. I think that
isn't the damage affected though by how close you are, right? They changed it, right? Recently? Didn't they just recently change that mechanic?
Preseason, so perhaps they've looked into those picks and bans and they might be able to find one of those weaknesses to try and tie us up and maybe take us to our first map 3 of the day.
Yeah,
I don't know if they take us to map 3.
They've been here before. They've got the dub early. It's about finishing strong, right? And Lunex has also been in this same position before. So will one of them change up the script? That's what we have to see. And both teams, I think, are in big need of a confidence booster. Lunex especially, because this is it for them.
No, it doesn't. Her primary does not do percent health, does it?
TLC is going to be a tough one. Here we go, guys. Nightmare's up 1 to Lunex. We find ourselves over to the Museum of Contemplation. Take it away, boys. Let's see what we got.
It just does 8.5 damage per hit.
And, like you mentioned, I think that there's a lot to mix up here.
No, it doesn't do percent health.
Should be a good help for both teams, honestly. Like, I mean, I know they have.
I'm not reading anywhere that it does percent health.
But for Lunex, there's a lot to discuss.
It's just 8.5 damage per hit.
It's always tough when you're a player-run team. We'll see off the rip though. Whereas Lunex go for that Elsa ban, they want that one-sided match to be talked about, Gas.
I am surprised, though, from Nightmare, like, considering that Elsa was the main problem. Sure, they still won the game, so maybe they're not too worried, but Redis was absolutely...
Yeah, and her right-click does 40 on impact.
On the side of Lunex, so giving him that freedom yet again to play on the Elsa...
Yeah, it doesn't do percent health.
But it shows that Nightmare just values...
Unless I'm misreading it somewhere.
Is more of a threat. Not only do they get to ban it, but they get to keep it as well.
Someone lied to you, yeah. Someone lied to you. Someone did lie to you. Scarlet Witch does not do percent health damage.
Of course, if you are allowing a Elsa, you have to get rid of the Mantis. We've already seen that today and how badly it can go if you allow Mantis and Elsa
the more you know.
One another.
Yeah, 100%. Don't give Redis the damage boost. Don't tell him about Strat Pool, though, okay? Don't tell him about that. Vanguard Pool banned out on both sides. And I'm very curious, too, because, like, for Nightmare, I mean, maybe it's like this, just because, like you said, Redis was a monster on the Elsa, but just Gambit comps just appear to be so much easier to run than anything else, right? Like, I feel like you just fly at the other team's face and it just pans out for you, right? Like, it just kind of getting that mismatch. Like, yeah, you got to deal with Redis, but also most of the fights we could just walk at him, I guess.
Yeah, I think when done correctly, the Raging Royal Flush is just such a punishing ultimate as well. As long as your team is working together and you have a game plan,
Yo! #1! Thank you for the follow!
Throughout the community is, how are we going to stop Gambit from doing it apart from
That was
banning?
loud.
It was the
I
same
didn't expect
question
that to be
about
so
how you
loud.
stop Elsa as well. Two very difficult heroes to actually try and counter and take down. We will see Ultron just protected on the side of Lunex as well, so expecting another trip strat to come out once more. Maybe because of that, they might try and ban, I was going to say Loki or Invisible Woman on the side of Nightmare to take that away from Lunex. It's mainly just trying to punish their strategists and make them dive a little bit further into the hero pool here.
I imagine for them, they're thinking like, okay, we want to ban the Invis because it worked out so well last map. This map, maybe you could assume the Loki should be able to get more done if they do want to play Loki, because it's a convoy map. They could play back and stuff, but
Light on Daredevil. Okay, so Nightmare is not allowed to play Gambit, Mantis.
I mean, this is their
Damn, 3 support bans and then a Deadpool ban. But they still have Elsa and Ultron. They're gonna just commit to this Elsa Ultron comp.
Versus Nightmare, who was starting out on defense, right?
Well, I think where Lunex were struggling in that previous map was when Iffy was just kind of picked away and taken down too quickly. A couple of the Vanguards were just falling a little bit quicker, and I don't know whether that's a positional error or maybe just strategists not quite being in the right sight lines. There's clearly some communication needs to be worked out for Lunex there. It got better as the map went on. Just a couple of early percentage went towards Nightmare because of some small mistakes from Lunex. And again, that's to be expected from some of these teams. They're not going to be playing perfect. You are going to make mistakes, but it's about either capitalizing on those mistakes if you're the opposition or making up for them when you next spawn.
Great points all around. Starting off now. Can Lunex keep their tournament hopes alive, right? I believe if they were to lose this could be it. And all she wrote for the side of Lunex against Nightmare, who, are the other only 2 teams at the current moment. Thinks they play it back right now. Oh, nice kidnap, by the way, who came out onto Mace. This woman not there to save him. Bubble onto Redis. The Wolverine mix-up was for the first pick.
Yeah, she doesn't do percent health damage. She doesn't do percent health damage.
Is again going to be a problem, but this time is being opted to go onto the side of Tico, so Redis going to be switching over to Wolverine, as you had mentioned before. But if Redis can just steal someone away, it could be the difference maker as well. Dive in, get those claws in, bring them to your back line, and then absolutely demolish. But at the moment, no one really been able to take advantage. As I say that, Silent Blaze does get
the White Fox. White Fox comp.
Advantage now to be able to press here and push and try and find another couple KOs, and they do find another Vanguard, and Nightmare on the back foot.
Lunex.
It's kind of the opposite of what we saw Nightmare before. Like, they're playing too passive compared to too aggressive. Mace has to walk out. Diamond Form gets deleted. And Lunex is in his second phase. Like, they got a portal play coming back, but damn, it felt like they just got kind of walked on and never any cart space. This is just a crazy change-up, Gas, because considering, I mean, I think the last series Nightmare played in, like, there was a lot of focus towards objective, but now it's the exact opposite.
Well, as I said, I think that Lunex have done their research. When we saw Museum of Contemplation before for Nightmare, they were only able to get 1 round 4, and they conceded 2, basically. They were able to let that convoy get that 2-round advantage over them. And sadly, it just looks like they struggle a little bit.
Round wouldn't be the word I would use, but just 2-point advantage probably.
And Lunex taking advantage of that, being able to pick
not a
away
big
those
thing
Vanguards,
though.
But doesn't mean it's all over for Nightmare yet. They can definitely stabilize on this next point and hold, and a lot of it may come down to Light being able to emit some damage on that Star-Lord.
Well, he can't when we don't save Mace with the Invisible Boundary, who got kidnapped.
Unfortunately, he got kidnapped.
Even though he's not on the potential carry character with the Elsa, he's found these picks.
Tico's on Elsa though.
Tico there with the Glortrox on to another one. They've also used ultimates. They committed Star-Lord. They committed Invisible Boundary in a loss. And now for Lunex, they're just walking up, right? This Groodle, by the way, isn't going against this Meteor M, so it's not going to get eaten necessarily. However, Mace can shift it. He could potentially eat it with the shield. Bubble already used. Are they reading it? Cart's still pushing forward. Monster's back towards it. Mace comes in with the Meteor M, actually, just to get another choke point. Gets
Woo!
He goes down while waiting behind the wall. Nice shot from Mace. Considering what was going to happen after that, that's surprising.
That's a really big impact kill. That's a really big impact kill.
In the middle of it. And honestly, this could just send off Lunex for now.
Yeah, that's better from Nightmare. I think this choke is much more favorable for the way they're trying to play the game at the moment. It's a flank round for the likes of Lunex. You can see Redis is now switching over to Daredevil. Pop off Queen. Let's see how you do, because I tell you what, if you're that good on Elsa, I'm excited to see what you can do on Daredevil. I do think he's a very fun character to watch, especially being able to have the wall hacks essentially and be able to pick off some of those strategists when they are slightly caught out.
Monster gets cut off though.
Over push here and over commit and leave themselves a little bit too vulnerable as now Lunex start to push in.
Reedus walking up. You do have Tones on the backside trying to capture on Visions, who gets out of the gets out of the inside angle to get off the Ensong Inferno. If he wasn't a step faster.
Wow, nice confirm from Monster.
On the opposite side, Monster there with the follow-up. Nice work. I think this mix up to put Visions onto the Phoenix has enabled them quite a lot. Silent Blaze, who's now
Silent is on Jeff now.
See if they can walk up, right? I mean, they used the Meteor in the previous one. Mace, by the way, close to another one. He's built these ultimates so fast. Pretty much going to have a second one in just a moment. Dinks walks in with the Gambit ultimate, light in the sky with that Star-Lord.
Man, they're just going to commit.
The
Whoa, they Groot ulted.
To at least get a KO, but no, they're on the inside. Everybody kind of ducks into cover. And Silent Blaze, with an absolute stream from across the map, takes down Skier, who had the invisible boundary. Meteor M for Mace needs to go big, but can't find anything.
Doesn't matter. Vision's going to take him down.
With the space provided by Mace, able to find one, though it is traded.
No wonder Vision was so accurate, bro.
A lot of that damage the Elsa is going to do. Also, Redis doesn't have that ult. It was utilized in the previous fight without any avail. Now on the flank, here comes Silent Blaze trying to force away the backline with a dive from Tones, but will there be any KOs? Inside, Vision still lives. Ensong Inferno just to save his own life. Here comes the Jeff in the water, comes back, gets onto his own Elsa, but no KOs. In fact, it's just going to be his Venom who gets tracked down.
Wow.
By Vision from across
Yo,
the
Vision is playing Marvel Rivals, bro. Vision is playing Marvel Rivals right now.
Shop. There is no structure to it. It is a lot of individual fights, 2v2s happening. Vanguard's trying to bounce.
Tico has ult here. Skier with the invisible boundary.
Worked out for either team. They've not been able to get that solid wipe to really get them to stabilize. A lot of ultimates there.
I mean, if Light builds towards this Galactic Legend, if they can force out Logan's ult, it'll be so big. This is like 2-fight territory for Lunex right now.
This is taking a lot of damage there, but Lunex still holding on. Nightmare not dropping anything, and again, it is just sustained.
Look at Monster.
Sustain here, Dogman.
Well, both teams are just like almost too scared to make a play at the current moment. I mean, that was almost like a free L-Soul for Tico. Just didn't use it now. And he could.
Ooh, this is good. This is good. No, Light now gets Galactic Legend for free. Once this ult goes down in 2 seconds, Light should just pop this shit.
Again, I feel like he's had one every single fight. Because of the Gambit, the pace. Here
Yep.
comes a huge Lordtrox. Okay, Tico, that's what he's waiting for. In the sky, Star-Lord is trying to find more, but everybody's hiding back around. Ensong Inferno connects onto Iffy at the very least, but you still have Tico alive. He's got
wow, they did a really good job kiting it. Okay, Tico!
Finally, off of a nice
Wow, they did a good job. They did a good job kiting it. They did a good job kiting it.
Yeah, surprising considering we saw that Light had the Galactic Legend available.
Oh, Silent Blaze on the PS5 controller, by the way.
We're going to see Nightmare not win that fight. Just, again, we have to give a lot of credit to Lunex for being able to shut them down without...
It's so cool that controller players can compete, like, legit compete in pro play. I love it.
As well. And now the real question is, when do you pop it?
Tico got sniped, by the way, by Visions during that fight. Rest in peace to Instinct. Right now, Light in the sky, looking for the Venom. And there's actually Daredevil on both sides, by the way. So if you were whipping out your Braille, you know, maybe you could relate. Right now, Light's trying to look for this peel now.
What?
The Venom, who went for that dive with the Venom ult from Monster.
Well, he's marking. Dude, Light's just marking Redis.
Match on to Redis, who also could see through walls. But it's Redis with the ultimate on the backside. Invisible boundary mat by Skier. So he understood the assignment to counter Redis' ultimate. Now what happens afterwards? Meteor M could follow through from Iffy, or is he waiting on it to counter something? Maybe the Ensong, or when they go in with more ultimates. But it's nothing for the side of Nightmare in terms of straddle. It's Lunex's ult's a little bit too late, maybe from Iffy's side. Everybody's disengaged. Never mind, it's Mace that falls. Excellent pick from Iffy, and they are walking down Nightmare at the current moment.
I mean, both the backlines are sweating buckets in the moment, keeping everyone alive, and the fact these fights are constantly going on in this way, even with that initial pick, not able to capitalize and just continue to press and actually get more KOs in your favor. But Nightmare, they are still backing off. They're allowing Lunex to just continue to push this car. And Lunex needs to be careful, especially the Venom does manage to just stay alive. Iffy also pretty low. That means Dance Floor gets...
Big ult, maybe?
And we are going to see the situation where you just try and keep everyone alive here.
Oh, they're on the cart!
I'm gonna puke, man. I'm actually puke.
I'm gonna puke, man.
This is just C9 Central, dude.
I mean, that one caught me off guard because I thought for sure someone was on the.
Oh no, man, no.
Like, I was gonna,
No, why are we C9ing?
Right?
Without having to use the... Yeah, that was nice. And then danced his way off the payload. That was the most Luna Snow thing I think I've ever seen. And it's not even on Logan. I just, like, obviously it's for the meme. But, like, yeah, nobody touched with everybody there. That was crazy. Okay, well, that flips everything on its head, doesn't it, Gaslit? Because that is insane.
It does a little bit because Lunex were they were looking pretty good, like potentially going for the full 3 with the way that they were playing. They were slowly but surely pummeling down Nightmare, chipping away at them, getting a pick, moving forward a little bit more. And even though we didn't see many clean wipes on either side, Lunex was still coming out on top. But now not reaching the 3, it does put advantage over to Nightmare here. We'll have to see how Lunex are going to be on the defensive side. Any changes coming out that we're going to see? I mean, Redis onto Elsa is where we need to be looking, right?
Whoa!
Redis switching over to Elsa now.
Wait, we're gonna catch up.
We're
gonna catch up.
Word slobberknocker, but this is a slobberknocker.
I
really.
love the word slobberknocker. Use it all day long, dog.
Okay, I will then. I will because, I mean, this is like a canonical Deadpool fight. Like both Deadpools losing limbs. You know, just slapping each other with their faces. You know, I feel like in slow motion. But Redis, he takes advantage of it. Dinks falling down like it is slow motion.
Redis.
Already finding that first pick is Lunex.
I'm gonna run this triple on defense. I don't hate it.
But again, similarly to the previous round, you get that first pick, but you're still unable to push through even with the extra player just because just one strategist alive and Nightmare still able to sustain and able to hold. And
yeah.
Next though, we'll just try and slowly push forward and see if they can stop Nightmare from getting any sort of presence on this payload. But Lunex doing very well at the moment to stop Nightmare doing anything really.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to build up towards ults, maybe get that Star-Lord and Gambit combination. Tone's trying to play live, plays live better than earlier. But again, they're just trying to stall at the payload. You know, you heard Blur talking about it earlier, just be a big fat man on the payload. That's exactly what Iffy's doing, but he needs to not go down, obviously. Has that Snowflake, has the drone, double pocket from his Strats. We also have Strat ults on the defensive side. Here comes the Gambit into a potential Star-Lord ult combination. As they just want to wait it out now. They've already
gonna wait it out?
Maybe they expected to use this afterwards. But the Meteor M is not built up for Tone just yet. Tico has to go with the Ultron's Rage. Freeze on the Mace, by the way, from Logan. Excellent job to slow him
down. Yeah. Should be a free ult for Light.
Invisible Boundary was there to keep
yeah.
healthy. We have no more Shadow.
Yeah, everybody's dead. Everybody should just die here.
Counter it is Light, who bleeds down the rest of Lunex. That's 3 in the fight for him. We're going to rely on a portal play now for Lunex.
Yeah, that was the cleanest fight that we've seen so far in this game from Nightmare. That's far better.
This is triple again. Vision is running the Groot. I kind of like this. Dude, Vision being able to, like, fry people on Phoenix and then swap over to tank is so good, bro. Vision's hero pool, also pretty nasty.
Try and stop this first point from being reached. Nightmare do have ultimates to work with as well. Groot with entanglement could try and drop something. Meteor M now comes out. Can you hit anything? Tones does hit.
Did it get eaten?
So that's Groot out of the equation.
Did Tones eat it?
Visions threw the ultimate, but as he did, got grabbed by Redis. So that ultimate canceled.
Okay.
Switching over to the Phoenix.
Oh, wow. Redis. Okay, Redis canceled it. Wow. Wow. Okay. I was like, wait, did he eat it or did it just get canceled? That's crazy. What a cancel, by the way.
Some semblance of stabilization with a minute 3 left.
Vision switching over to Phoenix again. And
Monster has Feast the Abyss. That could be troublesome for Lunex. Actually, Logan has copy. Does Logan just copy the ult here from White Fox? Oh, no. Oh, wow. He copied the Invisible Boundary. Nice, nice. Very well played. Yo.
Back on Iron Fist, by the way. Cart was getting focused, by the way, trying to heal in the corner. Get a little bit of peace.
Yo, Iron Fist, Iron Fist.
Gambit ultimate
Iron Fist. We're seeing Light Fist.
Diving into the back line with the Venom. Nice job. The combination of those two removes Tico and Tones. Rest in peace, those Vanguards. No portal play going to come through now.
Rest in peace.
Just
Those Vanguards, they got hit by a bazooka.
trying to stall.
Oh, Light! Belt to ass! Holy! You beat him down. This Iron Fist ultimate is gonna be funny as shit. I feel he's gonna ult and get insta CC'd. Oh, Monster Hulk! Put the camera on him. Put the camera on one of the best Hulks.
And could just be enough to give Nightmare the edge to get them there themselves.
Light hiding above on the Iron Fist. Backs away for now. Regis doesn't get the kidnap. By the way, he's still kind of in there. Light,
put it on Light. Put it on Light.
Going in. They just want a full heavy brawl.
Light's ulting.
Takes so much damage. Comes back. Doesn't get any healing, sadly. So he's gonna fall down. Go back into Bruce Banner form. Now here comes.
Oh, Light ult did nothing, by the way. That's so sad.
Try to help pressure off everybody on the side of Nightmare. At least Monster, there's some solos there that he forced that out, kind of. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Nightmare don't lose anybody else besides Monster in that Hulk form.
I feel like we need to.
Big fight happening right here. 3 ults available on both sides. It's gonna be 4 for Lunax.
I feel like we need to catch some of these ults on the observers low key. Like we stuck on Monster.
Can you actually push and pressure some of those strategists away? But look at the amount of ults now available for Lunax, and they.
Oh, Lunax has a ton, bro.
Venom goes in second, and now the Wolverine goes in, but Wolverine gets shut down. Mace.
Whoa, Mace!
Maybe have the chance to push through now.
Yeah, peels off all that damage. Huge shot from Mace. And they're going to keep it try to go forward.
Oh! Walk him down! Walk him down!
Everybody sent away. Excellent work. I mean, without that, you're right. That could have been brutal. Now they're off of...
Walk him down, guys!
They have the dance floor to come back into it. They're trying to stall at the cart, too, and this fight's going to be extended.
Yeah, dance floor had to come out, otherwise Lunax were just going to get pummeled into obliteration by the Hulk.
Dude, Mace wasn't. Mace heard. Mace heard you guys talking.
Showing what Vision can do yet again on the Phoenix, just seems to always have the ultimate available. Mace also gets one into Iffy, and now this cart can continue to be pushed. Can they get closer to this second? Is there anyone from Lunax to stop? Someone can definitely dive on it if they
want to see what's happening with this.
They're delaying. They want to try and get to a full 6 before they push this fight.
With the portaling back in, I believe somebody body blocked 2 in case anybody was CC'd. Mace has to back up with the squad because of the Ultron's rage, so a little bit of space given. Nice disengage from Nightmare. They do have the invisible boundary, but again, Tones needs to go big. He needs to land with this Meteor M and also has to worry about the bubble potentially saving everybody, but they're actually staying away for now. They're giving up so much space because Visions is just hitting shot after
Regis is at 91%.
On the flank, who is now back onto the Elsa like he was on the first point. Large Sharks available to maybe catch everybody inside.
Light has ult. There's no counter, right? Yeah, Light. Oh, okay. Tones. Does Tones just go crazy?
Will it find a KO? At least it
no, it won't.
Okay, Visions gets caught out.
Oh, but they're doing such a good job hiding from it. Oh!
Silent Blaze holding that right. Nice job by Silent Blaze and Regis to find that KO. With 10 seconds left to go, they need a portal play to touch with Invisible Boundary now. And Dinks gets brought in by the charm, but the peel is there, kind of, for now.
No one touches. No one touches. Oh, they touch!
Nightmare is touching.
So close to winning this game with Lunax, and now you're going to see Meteor M coming out from Mace. So it is last-ditch attempt then for Nightmare to try to survive and push us a little bit further after this overtime. It's a trade 1-for-1. Will anyone else get the...
They gotta kill the Strange!
Available as well, and maybe can push through, but Vision will get the initial, and Lunax, they are struggling a little bit, but they will send players...
Yo, Ultron!
Force this one back.
Copy here from Iffy, who is back on the Loki, by the way. He copied his
Wait, copied the Glortrux!
I don't think I've seen that. Silent Blaze came back into the Wolf Fold. He goes...
Was that a throw?
You copy a strategist, but in this case...
Was that a bit of a throw?
Very interesting, very unique. We're going to third phase, man. Lunax, they're staved off. They're pushed away.
Wait, why did we copy the Glortrux? Wait, did she dash in front? Did she dash in front? Is that what happened?
Now, because we are going to see Nightmare with the chance to push up, and we saw how
I need to see if she dashed in front, dude.
Some of these areas, so you'd think that Lunax will go through some similar struggles because
there's no way. I'm pretty sure she dashed in front of him.
You can take a lot of flanking potential as well on the side. I will say we've seen fantastic positioning from Silent Blaze and Regis working.
1 minute though. Lunax has an ult or two ready.
To maybe try and allow a little bit of presence, but Mace shoots him out of the sky.
Mace.
It's a 5v5 as Mace has fallen too.
Yeah, 1-for-1. Tico, by the way, switching to the Namor of all things last second with 40 seconds left to go. Light does have that.
Namor into Light?
A lot of space too, even with
Wait,
the
Light has all. Logan's 55% off, though.
Today. We'll see if it can actually find something. Here comes that Venom ult in the back line to just try to get ultimates out or something, but he's being clapped away for now. You take that
monster
on Lunex's side without losing anybody, but the cart is still pushing forward.
Galactic Legend is popped. Vision also has the end song in first.
Oh, Ritas almost popped him.
Just to try and protect this payload, and now we're going to see Skier also bouncing back with the invisible boundary.
Oh, this isn't Valkyrie's a little bad though.
Tones has Meteor M to try and slam dunk. Can he hit anything? He not only destroys Light
Tones!
And now Nightmare, can they recover from this? Because Lunex applying the pressure.
Oh wait, Mace! Mace takes down Ritas!
He could be the actual game changer in this fight as Gambit committed as well. Visions with another one, make it 2. Overtime ticks down.
Both of these mags, bro! Can Vision cancel? Can Vision cancel?
Super close. Maybe they don't even get the portal. It is off. Okay, so there will be one more touch here, guys.
One more last-ditch attempt. Nightmare are able to do it.
No ult. If he has the ult. Iffy and Silent Blaze have ult. Iffy and Silent Blaze have ult, guys.
Nightmare are going to have to try and hold. They have no ultimates to work with. Lunex surely should be able to bully them here.
They're trying to take down Silent Blaze. Mace looking around, needs some support. Nobody there to touch. Tico finds him. Full charge. Light into the sky.
Guys.
Trying to dodge around, fly around the cart. As this is one of the more annoying carts to touch. They don't do it. Lunex.
What are observers doing?
The series. It is 3-2. We're going to map 3.
For the first time today, we have a map 3.
Yo, that was prime Magneto play from both of these teams.
Maybe 100 Thieves game would be a little bit closer, perhaps, but this one of all games, I mean,
yo,
tying it up. Lunex, considering they weren't able to get that touch onto the cart initially, we thought maybe that was going to be what bit them in the backside, but on the other side, Nightmare just can't quite push through. Took far too long on that second point for them to be able to get it here.
I mean, Jesus, dude. Like, I'm lost to where we are, by the way, in the run of show, Cozy. You mean to save me here? Because, like, I don't know what we just saw. Like, I'm with Gask here. Like, that was crazy.
Dude, I'm like, what did we not see from that?
Dude, that was prime play from these guys, though. That was such prime play from them.
And there was no Spear 9. It was a complete just not going on the duck flow. You had 2 Glortrox in a matter of seconds, and then Mace was him and survived through both of them, essentially, even with the Loki copy. I mean, that had just about everything you would want. I thought after Lunex was not able to move that point forward, that ship was going to sail, and somehow they came back and ended up holding that thing. I mean, absolute perfect play across the board when you want chaos. And that's what we got. What did we say going into it? It was pure chaos, Gasket. We got it again.
Yeah, pure chaos indeed, and maybe we found a weakness for Nightmare in Museum of Contemplation, because that's 0-2 now for them across preseason. 2 losses that perhaps they look at real struggles of being able to push that cart through, because like I said, in their last time we saw it, they only were able to get 1 point. Sure, they've improved this time, they get the 2 points, but they needed the 3 really to be able to win that one, or just two and 3/4 as it was in the end, because Lunex kind of dropped the ball. But wow, what a match we've had so far. I mean, these 2 teams are nothing short but entertaining, if we put it that way.
That's the word. Because even at the end there, Vision was going for the Phoenix stun on the portal, and someone like body blocked that at the last second if he was there with the Venom either way. But yeah, I think it had definitely entertainment across the board. By the way, Vision with 44k damage.
Oh my god, dude.
Mace hitting an insane meteor in during the Glortrox that Ritas had. Like, there was a lot of takeaway plays that was like, wow, that was, again, anything but not entertaining. But here we go again. Nightmare up a game. Now they dropped a game, and will they lose? If they lose this one, I mean, now we're looking at the exact same pattern that's happened with this team. And to me, it looks like they've cleaned up a lot of at least the mistakes that haunted them on week 1, dog. Especially, I would say, in some of the duelist decisions. So, I mean, what does it take to close the book?
You know what? Like, I feel like you gotta maybe call. I don't want to make that joke. I feel like I was going to get really dark with it. I'm not gonna. Okay, this is not a nightmare for me just yet. I'm not getting fired from the broadcast just yet. Give me another week. I think.
Yo, Dogman,
you
chill,
need to
Dogman,
really
chill.
pull something like a really good map for you, right? Like go to maybe like a convergence map like Shin Shibuya and set up with those dives or something like that. Like we have to pick a good map for our specific team because they've not been good on convergence or convoy, and they're against another team that I would say struggles on that map type. So really, it's anybody's game at the current moment. I don't know what map they're going to even pick.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep putting someone to sleep, but before you can, throw the Dream Eater, you gotta, you gotta completely seal the deal. And for me, I would say, yeah, I mean, I think they definitely want the Gambit out, and I can understand that, but and it just feels like, especially there, where we kind of saw some flexibility with the Elsa, right? Like they still use Elsa even if it's not Regis in their game plan. So, like, if I'm looking at those last two matchups, it to me is a bit more simple, but obviously, Gaskin, they've got a game plan against the Gambit, and that's what they keep sticking with.
Yeah, it did worry me when they didn't ban Elsa after the trouble that Elsa caused in map 1, and I don't want to say it came up against them in the end. I think there was probably a few mistakes that happened that was regardless of hero selection on their side, and I just think it's a slightly weak map.
I think the Glartrox copy was a misclick. I really think it was, Kirito. I think it was a misclick. It had to be that, like, he went in front.
The upside is Lunex also haven't won a convergence map, so both teams struggling. I think it's going to be finding something that has better choke points, perhaps. I certainly noticed that choke points was an issue when it came to Nightmare's gameplay.
And not to interject, sorry, Cozy, but like I feel like that's kind of a weakness of all these like MRC teams, right? Like Cozy, when we watched MRC, I mean, none of them were very good at convergence and convoy. Like the front to back style that old 100 Thieves were good at, I feel like we've lost the art of that almost in North America.
Yeah, especially in best of 3. We talked about this before, but man, like when you have the Dom to open it, it's like that's why sometimes it's tough to
Hollow to Jolly, our first, bro, our first convergence map of the day.
Got it right here, folks. It's match number 3. We've got Star-Lords getting smoked midair. We've got double Glartroxes. Like, what else could you possibly want as Dogman put it, Deadpool's hitting each other with Deadpool heads? I mean,
I don't know, man. I feel like in my head, like when I thought about that, I was thinking about like a Deadpool movie where it's just like they're just maybe it's more like Deadpool
losing limbs constantly. Yeah, I knew what you were going for. I knew what you were going for.
I'm in the museum of contemplation in my head right now about this series. I'll tell you what.
Dude, I love that map, by the way. I think that map is so fun. It definitely, creates entertainment. And you can say what you want about the float at the end. These teams scrimp, dude. They play these maps. They got to know the boundaries of the point. I mean, that's what we're talking about.
The carts are so weird in this game, though, in MarvelRivals. Like, just compared to any other hero shooter. And listen, I love the carts, like you said. But they're like this map, like that map specifically, the cart changes, first of all.
Yes.
Second point to third into a giant duck, which is crazy. But, like, the cart hitbox itself is a rectangle. Like it's every single one. It's weird.
I totally agree. But we're also they play this map. They obviously know it's not like, whoa, what a shock! This is going to a duck. Yeah. Like it's clearly at this point. But I do understand. But listen, we saw kind of the same thing happen a little bit in domination. So when it comes to this level of play, they just got to clean up some of that, in my opinion. Listen, it's match 5. We're having a ton of fun out here. It's our first match 3. Gaskin, Dogman, they're fired up. I am too. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this one. Nightmare, Lunex. Will Nightmare drop yet another 1-0 lead? We'll find out right now, boys. Let's see what we got.
Thank you so much, Cozy, for leading us into our first game 3 of the day, like you said, because we are getting out of the box now, and between Lunex and Nightmare, like this is, potentially going to be who qualifies, right? Like TSM is also still in Group B, Gask. So, I mean, we immediately off the rip go for that Gambit ban for Nightmare side and the Protect like they've always done. And Lunex, again, get that Elsa mismatch.
Yeah, I mean, Lunex going to be able to protect the Elsa once.
I wonder if we're going to see
sticking to their gut feeling here of we have to remove Gambit. We feel like Gambit is more of a problem than Elsa is. Lunex.
I mean, maybe Gambit is more of a problem for.
At this point, the fact that we both Regis succeed on it as well as Tico, I think that
Lunex taking Elsa once again.
Yeah, that's evident. And now we're starting to see patterns emerge with these picks and bans. Teams are starting to learn just what you can't allow to happen in terms of whether it's team ups or just two heroes that are successful together, for example.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, so far from the
double Vanpool ban.
Like, I don't know. We first of all, it's the same to the bans that we've seen so far. Ultron gets through, but I mean, I feel like that was just a back and forth game, man. Like, Was it even any individual plays from that last one? Like, I feel like Mace had his moments. You know, you had some 6 spots out of Visions. I think you called it 44,000 damage or something. Like, I don't know. Like, could you even say it's an individual player that could step up on this next map?
Oh,
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
final match of the day.
Duelists on both
All right,
sides,
so
and
we keep the Ultron
expectations
because
to
they
define
need some sort of
players
damage
left,
boost,
right,
right? Because
center.
Mantis isn't
Light
available.
had a couple
Invis
of
save.
went kinda
Ooh, do we
wayward.
just ban Mag here?
I'm sure he would like to get
Oh, they're
the-
gonna ban Star-Lord.
The other opportunity when he was on the Star-Lord, and maybe the Star-Lord gets banned out here.
I think we ban Star-Lord, guys. Like, we have to. Yes.
Like, not going to be able to play on the Star-Lord this time at the moment.
Are they gonna go Psylocke, though?
Of course, most of these players now have quite a deep hero pool anyway, so once the bans come through, you just have to try and work out where you go next to follow up. But there's your picks and bans, folks. It's the final ones of the day. As Dogman was alluding to, this is a huge matchup for both of these teams and their chances to get through to the next round into playoffs, even with a match still to play for both of them. Potentially Lunex at 0-3. I mean, it's so hard to come back from that, and you would rely on results elsewhere. Can Nightmare close this one out? They look like the better team going into the first one, but now Lunex have shown that they are here for it. Fists up and ready.
Excellent setup, Gaskin. You know, between these two teams, I mean, that last ban could be the difference maker. The Venom, right, going away from the Invisible Woman. And then, you know, we've seen Tones pop up, by the way, before on the Hulk, but based on last map, like, we saw so much good Venom play that I guess it makes sense. But the last-second adjustment, as well as getting rid of the Star-Lord, considering you dealt with on the last map, like, I mean, this is some...
Is that the wrong map? Yeah, well, wait, wasn't that fly through on the wrong map?
This last map should be a barn burner and a huge change-up based on what we've seen on the past 2 maps.
Well, this first point can sometimes be a little bit difficult to try and grab if you've got a good defensive team that's set up around this wall.
Yeah, surprised no Namor here. Lunak's gonna opt in with the triple once again with Redis. They're just married to this. Nightmare, yep. Light's gonna be on the Psylocke, and they're just gonna run this triple into Lunex again. Triple tank.
Now Nightmare will be jumping on in. They have been able to show some presence on this point already, and look at this mess. They are all over the place, and the first one goes in favor of Mace onto Iffy. So Nightmare will find that first pick, and now they can start to push onto the point.
They got walked on in that fight. You know, Portal Play going to come through. Tones has to duck around the corner, avoid all that damage. Vision's trying to find Tones in that Bruce Banner form. And I mean, at the moment, the Venom Bam looks like it's panning out, right? They're just able to find that Vanguard line who's going over to Captain America. Now the portal coming through from Iffy. And they give up the point. Oh my goodness. It's not even a contest.
Wait. Nightmare just... Whoa! Nightmare just took that instantly.
Lunex, I think, will be a little bit disappointed. So now they have to back off to statue and try and hold this angle. But at the moment, they are just being forced back as far as possible so they can create some coverage here, create a little bit of a gap and distance to try and move this cart forward. And Nightmare, I think, will be delighted with that initial opening play. They were just so confident. They just walked onto point. They didn't fear. They trusted in their strategists. And boy, did it pay off. Now, Skier is going to have ultimate available as well if they would like to use it. Actually, both strategists on Nightmare have their ultimates here.
When it gets picked off on the left side angle, you do have Tico playing in height, just kind of chilling, using every cooldown actually kind of here at this back angle. So no shields in the middle of the fight. Though he'll build it up in just a moment. Regardless, it's going to be slow play. You have that Gambit ult available. You come back with Light in a sec.
Oh, Tones is on the cap.
There's the Gambit ult. But oh, Skier goes down to Tones. Juggling back and forth. Skier in the middle. Or I guess away from his Gambit. Iffy, meanwhile, trades back Mace. So both sides of the map, Nightmare got crushed. And Invisible Boundary committed by Lunex towards the very end. But it's a fight win regardless.
I don't love that.
A lot of time do Nightmare, so I don't think they'll be too worried as long as they are able to stay.
5.5 minutes Nightmare had. Nightmare had 5.5 minutes.
Ready to use themselves. Monster also has the Venom ult if they would like to as well. But there is definitely some questioning things happening at the moment. There is a lot of players all over the place.
I guess it was a pull from Skier who came back from spawn, but Redis able to live. Here comes Monster on the backside. Does have ult available. Meanwhile, Invisible Boundary against the Fox ult on the backside. Lartrox does connect, but Skier's still alive. He's 22 HP. He's actually still alive. Even with the Eye of Okamoto, nobody falls just yet until Redis finally gets Skier
nice.
on
Good from
feet.
Lunex.
So, bit of an awkward one, but the eye was big from Iffy. And Nightmare held off again with ultimates.
Yeah, when are they going to pull the trigger? That's the real question. Down to the butterfly available now for Psylocke. Light, I'm sure, primed and ready to use it. try and take down a couple of the members of Lunex's back line, potentially just allowing them to push up. But look at the aggressive stance that Lunex are taking at the moment. They're not backing off towards that payload. Instead, they are absolutely just sitting and getting in the face of Nightmare. But now we're going to see an attempt at diving behind from Monster just to try and turn some heads here.
I mean, they don't have any straddles. I'm just surprised there's not like a hyper aggro play onto Strat here, maybe with like Monster and Light. But cart's controlled for now. They get at least space. Now they go aggressive. Here's the dance floor. But not dance floor, sorry, dance the butterfly on the cart. Maybe he's trying to go for Tico in the sky or something, but regardless, Gambit all committed by Dinks. He's built up another one. In the meanwhile, Monster falls solo, but he's still alive. Dinks able to take down Silent Blaze. Logan also falls soon afterwards. Lunex just trying to stall out for now. Dinks does get taken down low. Tico's over the high ground looking for some potential picks. Actually commits the Ultron's Rage without any follow-up, really. That's kind of interesting.
Nightmare still moving.
Yeah, still going, and now eventually
Tico gets staggered, bro.
Six gonna have to back off, and they're gonna get closer to securing this first point on the
They should
board.
take this. Ah, Monster has ult, actually.
There's gonna be one last chance to try and stop. Will they learn from their previous?
Whoa!
Boundary is gonna be popped at the same time, and now they are gonna dive in onto it. Doctor Strange doing his best just to keep damage away. Meteor M is sent forward. Not sure it connected onto anyone though, but a lot of damage being done here as they try and force them off the cart.
And nice job by the Fox to live from the back left angle. Reed is trying to peel for Monster. Does he do so? Hit the
Oh!
The Lord Elsa player. Now they try to walk on.
Good job, Redis.
Diamond form committed, looking for the Psylocke now. No ultimates against.
That was a good track. Dude, Redis' tracking has been pretty damn good.
But if they get staggered here, that'd be brutal. So much damage taken by Mace, but it has to just try to contain the amount of aggression happening at a Lunex, absorbing all the damage from the Elsa player, and he is. Building up towards the Straddles again. I mean, they're going to have another Gambit to go aggressive with. Nightmare do.
Yeah, but Tones has match, right? Tones has match with his ult, so as long as they play smart, they can just live it. Tones needs the match, no? Wow, we're late.
Give that little bit of space. Nightmare, do they respond? Agamotto comes out. They've popped everything, have Lunex. This is
Agamotto. I love how Gaskin says I have Agamotto.
Yeah, that's interesting. They layered also Cap and the White Fox. Here comes the Psylocke ult from Lights. Actually, let's say pretty well positioned this time, but they do lose Monster, actually, in this case. I mean, they're still stabilizing. That's the tough part. Minute left. Mace gets low. We still have Invisible Boundary. Mace goes down.
That's good.
And we're just only going after tanks at the current moment on Lunex's side because this backline has been so safe. 43
yeah, but you just have so much damage.
Will we see any sort of switch here from Nightmare? Are they going to commit to this as well? Vision does have Meteor M available, so we're not going to see that switch. That's going to want to be used. It looks like they're just going to commit to this composition and no changes. I mean, sometimes you see Angela come into the equation here in these kind of
the top teams you take note of this performance from Lunex. Yeah, I think both teams are playing really well from Nightmare and Lunex though. I don't think you can count either of them out.
Available as well.
100% agree.
Logan has invisible boundary to work with as well, so there are defensive measures, and they've just been able
to
Nightmare at 6s and 7s here. I'm not sure anyone's going to be there. It's a last-ditch attempt from Vision. That's not going to work either. Into overtime, then can Nightmare somehow?
Guys, observers!
Look like it's going to be the case. No one there to try and get the touch, and Lunex will stop Nightmare for now.
Wow.
Oh my God, Jesus! This is Nightmare's map pick, right? Am I crazy? I just want to double check. I've already forgotten because the series has been chaotic, but
this is Nightmare's map pick. I
believe so.
Okay.
Which did surprise me when it came out because we have already seen.
Yeah, this is Nightmare's map pick. This is Nightmare's map pick, guys.
You're talking about it. They got first held with not even a tick given. Okay, you know what? Fair play, confidence, aura, right? That's what Nightmare are farming right now, right, guys? Like I feel like. They got pretty far, but Tones on the Captain America and stuff, I mean, they've just been diving all over the back line, and I mean, Nightmare haven't been able to get anything going to dive on a Tico and crew, right?
I think we're going to learn a lot on this first point. How quickly Nightmare were able to kind of unlock that cart initially just gave them so much time to be able to at least push it close to getting that second point. I think, again, they'll be frustrated they weren't able to convert. We have to give credit to Lunex for being able to hold off there. That was very impressive indeed. Great ultimate usage and also just discipline to ensure that they didn't throw too much too quickly. They were trying to hold things back. There was great communication, I feel, from Lunex. They kind of say, all right, we're going to use this ult. If that isn't winning us the fight, then suddenly someone else needs to come in and try and use their ultimate as well. But let's try and save some moving forward. Now, how do they do on offense here, Lunex? Because if they can get this card unlocked quickly, they are in a fantastic chance to win this entire match, which, again, would just change up this group. Because if Lunex lose this, they're probably done and dusted. Nightmare would look more comfortable, but then suddenly it looks shaky for Nightmare if Lunex are able to win this one, and it looks like it's going to be a strange portal to kick us off.
Oh, absolutely, dude. This is, shows a little bit. This might be one of the more fun, if not the match of the tournament so far, although we've had a lot of bangers. I mean, Light coming on to the top left, gets bubbled out. They're going aggressive, Silent Blaze trying to take that off angle. Who on the White Fox? Looks like a completely different player than the Jeff we saw earlier. But now here comes the monster dive. Just under the back line, slows it down for now. A nice job by Light to take down Tones. Finally, they're able to deal with the Captain America player. And you talked about it, this first point can be very difficult to take, and you're seeing exactly why Nightmare fully disengaged that
good
angle, at least for Lunex.
Okay.
He's going down. It's Monster who falls.
Hold on a second. Yeah, Monster falling now suddenly gives them player advantage because that 6th player off spawn is going to be able to join.
Oh, Silent Blaze! Look how he's flanking. Look how he's playing. Look how he's playing.
It's definitely a risky attack, but what they're doing is keeping them off the point at the moment. Silent Blaze will fall, but was it for good reason? Can you do enough just to be able to squeak this one out as the portal now comes through?
That's one of their supports though. That's tough.
I mean, this is like Jackie Chan messed up his move. Like, we got the wrong actor out right now. But at the moment, everybody's backing up. Here comes that Ultron's Rage. Light in the sky trying to take it out with the Gambit. Nice job by Light to track him down. Excellent ult, counter ult from that push from Lunex, who's sent back away. I mean, Ultron's Rage for Gambit Rush. At least you're fine with that for Lunex. But Nightmare...
They're running triple shield, by the way. Nightmare, well, I mean, not running, but this is weird.
For Nightmare is if they do concede this point, we don't have to see Lunex get that far to try and win this game. That being said, Lunex haven't really been able
It's 2 minutes already, guys.
Yes, they've got that initial pick and been able to get a little bit of a bar on their side, but they haven't been able to get that wipe. As I say that, might be able to come through now, all through
Redis!
Takes down Mace and will have support. Ultimates being popped on both sides. We will see Vision go down as well. That is 2 falling.
Through the ult, by the way.
Here to try and push through.
There's a bit late of invisible boundary, but I guess like they wanted to counter that ultimate.
Oh, what did I Bakamoto?
Redis could fall. No,
Monster!
Fall, but it's traded. If he connects with that Meteor M. Meanwhile, Tones the back line does get some support, so the patty cakes are happening.
Ooh, Tones.
On the cart. Mace has to touch. Can they live without any ultimates, though? They have no straddles from the defensive angle. People are on Spider-Man, of all things. Light back on his main. Can they find a KO potentially on Tico in the sky? He does get webbed upon, but the bubbles keep him healthy. Light gets killed for. Skier goes down. 1v1 with Spider-Man in the sky. It's Redis versus Light. Here comes Silent Blaze now. Onto the White Fox. Into the sky. Meteor M. Logan dodges it, unlike Silent from earlier. And that's going to be a full wipe of Nightmare. We're in the second phase.
3.5 minutes for point 2, guys.
Phase 3 minutes and 23 on the clock for Lunex to try and push Nightmare back and get this cart just that little bit further than they did. I mean, it's probably going to require just tipping it over towards that second point, of course, because Nightmare didn't quite get
It's a tough point to hold. Nightmare actually dwindled down a lot of time, but doesn't matter. Lunex, Tico does have Rage of Ultron available. This could allow them to at least gain some momentum. Maybe he's going to match Dinks' ultimate, but I don't know if it's going to be a good match.
Need to be careful they don't just give up an easy pick, because that could be a lot of time gathered, or a lot of space gathered, should I say, by that cart.
We're playing back right now. Tico, Ultron's Rage in the sky. I mean, everybody's still, they're getting a cart right now, by the way. Here comes the Gambit ult.
Rage of Ultron to counter.
So far back, but they deal with Tones. Nice job to take out Tones again. I mean, that's been the way they've won, is taking out the Captain America, but it's been tough to kind of disrupt Lunex's backline, right?
Okay.
I mean, disrupt is one way to put it. I think both teams...
I mean, they're all in on this Redis comp. Ooh, Silent Blaze gets out.
Leaving some players a little bit vulnerable as well.
Ooh!
there's panic on both sides of these teams, and for good reason. This is such an important match that both teams know that they have to win this right here, right now. And if you lose, it might be you not qualifying towards playoffs. Mace will get a good pick though onto T.
Wait, did he whiff?
Absolutely massive for Nightmare's chances here. Logan will have to drop the invisible boundary just to try.
Oh, Vision, dude, Vision's hero pool, man.
That's a big one that he called out there. I mean, Logan using the invisible boundary. Wait, they're committing Meteor M. Okay, can we find any KOs in this? He just yeets it out there, doesn't find anything. The cooldowns are up. Cooldowns and ultimates were actually just used by Lunex in what looks to be a weird and kind of awkward team fight. Now here comes the Captain America charge. We're trying to go on the back side. Make sure Nightmare can maybe find a pickoff. Silent Blaze there with the follow-up. I mean, he's just playing absolutely so aggressive on White Fox.
Bro! Silent Blaze! This White Fox!
Silent Blaze just wants to go duelist. He's saying, look, just let me at him. And I think you've just got to keep him back. You've got to make sure that White Fox is also supporting the team with the heals at the same time. But it has worked enough to force Nightmare back here. As now Lunex closing into the crossover of where they will to try and win this entire match. And Nightmare are going to have one last...
Blaze has ult. Nightmare has so many ults, though. Nightmare should not lose this.
Ready to go. We don't even have the White Fox ult yet. Regis pops out really early.
Doesn't get anyone. Oh, the Glartrox is bad. The Glartrox is bad. The Glartrox is bad. Wait! Nightmare! Nightmare! Dinks uses ult!
The dance of the butterflies. All butterflies are dead. Silent Blaze in the spawn doors out of all things.
Yo! And he's out! And he's out! And he's out!
Comes that Venom into the ground. Doesn't connect on anything. Oh no! He doesn't get the overhealth. But people can touch. Regis is still delaying. Has tier 3 so far. Just Mace to delay with no ultimates. Logan gets one onto another.
Wait, Silent Blaze! Silent Blaze!
Up with 30 seconds left to go. They're falling.
Oh, Nightmare, no! Yo, Silent Blaze is him!
Unbelievable from Lunex as well, from the depths. Obviously,
do you want to play Duelist, but you're forced onto support? Just play White Fox like Silent Blaze!
They're probably going to be out of the competition. They show up.
Yes, yes. How many finals did he have? Oh, he probably had like 15, right?
They show us how it is done. It was unorthodox, it was messy, but it worked. And that is all that matters. Cozy, you've been watching in the wings. What a matchup we just had.
What in the Sugar Rush iPad, baby? Like, what did I see? Watch. That was pure. I mean, Silent Blaze out here being like main anime arc energy, going pushing into spawn. Nightmare wins 3 doms in a row.
Yo. 13
13
finals, White Fox!
You can't make up what we just watched. I mean, it was absolute anarchy, chaos out there. But you know what, man? That's what it's like whenever
13 finals, White Fox, by the way.
They're playing panicked because there's a lot to be panicked for, right? I mean, Nightmare, they still have TLC to go up against, so this is essentially a must-win, and it quite literally is for Lunex.
13 finals, White Fox.
I'm tired, Dad. Like,
I mean,
you are the dad.
I think a good reason to be lost for words, because that is one of the results that we will talk about for quite some time, I think, here in preseason, for how Lunex have been able to pull that off. It also means we have to wait a little bit longer for a Mason Dogman interview, which is also something I'm sure people will be very disappointed they didn't get to see. But I'm just happy that Lunex were able to show us what they can actually do when they get into it. Because there has been times we've seen so far in preseason where they have just been absolutely demolished. They looked a little bit out of sorts. But when they're more comfortable, when they're starting to feel themselves a little bit, they do have what it takes. And maybe they just thrive in this chaotic environment that we've just witnessed. I'm not sure, but they will be delighted with that.
Nah, that's crazy.
They want the chaos, and they brought it. They had the Elsa throughout the entire time. Silent Blaze going from a Jeff that's getting shocked behind from a Magneto to now, you know, like I said, the main anime arc energy and getting 5 Elim picks.
13 finals!
Kind of messy, but they are playing a bit messy. If they can clean this up, though, man, they even made, you know, other teams kind of sweat, like Liquid, Citadel. So, I mean, the sky's the limit. If you're Lunex, right, you can look at all the matches you've had and say, wow, there's a lot we can correct, and we actually have not even seen close to our ceiling. I think that's what's exciting. If you're Nightmare, yeah, I mean, you said it, buddy. You're quite literally living in the biggest nightmare. Cannot close out these matches, though.
This is so tough.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, we'll see
This
what
is
they-
so
what they
tough.
do
All right.
like the stuff and, I mean, I know
We're gonna raid.
if
Let's
you
raid
guys are
someone.
and doing whatever, like,
Guys.
you know,
I don't know who's online.
For the players, I think like it's never good to
Let's
be
raid somebody.
You know, double down, like absolutely just like jumping on graves. You know, like absolutely making fun of players for playing bad. But like that was a really fun matchup, just because if you're on the other side of it, I mean, there is so much. Like you mentioned, you guys both talked about the anxiety with this matchup and how big of a deal it is, and that's just.
Oh, we're gonna raid Scourge. We're gonna raid Scourge, guys. He's like one of the best Magneto players ever. I think we have to raid Scourge because of the performance that we saw today.
Like, I mean, I know that Space and them make fun of me for bringing up the cast, like my player career, but that was something I made a mistake of doing so much. Like, I'd open up Twitter during a halftime match. I'd open up people's Twitch chats to see.
All right, guys, we're raiding Scourge.
Dogman or dog S word. You could fill that in if you want. But obviously that's funny and it's really fun to participate in for our.
God, that's so annoying. Much better.
All right,
Backing up for
we're
no
raid.
reason. Yo,
guys,
City, appreciate
peace.
the raid, gang.